Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Game where literally
That's fine.
someone got a camera and as he was
It
pointing
spikes a
out
little
these
bit,
like
but
things off his
it's
paint,
gonna
making it look in all
dice.
professional.
Is there any cups? Also,
Don't
Is that
tell
like Annie Bird or something?
No, like that. Yeah.
don't tell me you're a fucking Boris Johnson kind of guy.
What?
what is someone doing?
Yeah, you did the clap. Gotcha.
Oh, you suck. Good evening and welcome to tonight's episode of Eat, Crit and Survive, the show where a bunch of guys gather in a garage to play Dungeons & Dragons.
Woo!
And for the first time, I have been caught out by that and we can't restart because we're live on the internet. Dear.
Well,
Welcome.
knowing your character, Connor.
Just Connor's character, nothing to do with the player that thing he's playing. Anyway, yes, welcome. This is Eat, Crit and Survive. We have had one previous stream, which I hope you joined us, where we played on Monday, just gone, where we played for Cynthia Spencer, where Tom, who you will see very shortly when we turn on the other camera, was our DM for 9.5 hours in aid of Cynthia Spencer Hospice, which we did. Which we had a lot of fun. It was quite good fun. But now I'm back. I'm in control. This is my world now.
TPK.
Yep, pretty much. So, for those of you who are new to us, let's do a quick whip around just so you can get to know who we are, and to, if you listen to us on the podcast, you can get to know our faces as well as our voices.
Take it away, Ross.
Stitched up last time.
Got you again.
Which camera? I'm on this camera.
I'm facing you.
I'm on this camera. I'm not on that camera. Hi, my name's Ross. I play Cedric, who is a cleric / druid. I also occasionally play Kalatar when Matt isn't here, like today, for example. I think that's everything.
That's pretty much.
I'll pass it this way.
Hi, Jared. I play a halfling named Kafina, or Fee for short. She's full sorcerer with no plans of changing that. You bunch of multi-class.
I think I'm the only multi-classer, actually.
No, everyone's
No.
on multi.
Oh,
really?
yeah.
Bitch,
Yeah,
please.
I
Oh,
forgot.
man, I saw you all picked up like one level in something.
Last campaign, yeah. So
Oh, it was-
last campaign, pretty much everyone multi-classed apart from Ross.
Yeah, but I never used any of my multi-class abilities. I just did it.
You use your mask and
That was
faces.
it. I'm the only person to pick Warlock and forget about Eldritch Blast.
That's all you wanted. You just wanted to be able to disguise yourself so you could stab people.
There are
more
so
easily.
many other more efficient ways you could have done it.
Anyway,
Tom.
hi, I'm Tom. I play Lirila, who is an Eladrin ranger, a Horizon Walker, and for anyone watching saying that's not the rules, I am using the Unearthed Arcana version of the ranger rules, so that's why she's not quite as useless as a lot of rangers are.
All of them.
I'm Dominic. I play George, the dashing human swashbuckler rogue. And yeah, I will be doing the silly accent whenever I am in character.
Which one? The one you, or the French, or Connor? Before he has a chance to respond.
Hi guys, I'm Connor. I play
Morning,
Asher,
Patrick White.
the Zealot Barbarian Oath of Vengeance Paladin.
So many things.
So many things!
Okay.
I'm the one who tends to get hit an awful lot.
AC 12.
12.
You're
AC is
also our resident button pusher.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I mean, I get hit just as much, I just have like 5 times the AC.
I just have 5 times the health.
Yeah.
And I'm Luke. I'm your DM, and I will be playing every NPC. All of them.
You chose this.
I did. I do quite enjoy it. So, a little bit of background about where we are and a few other things that we want to talk about before we get started on this. We are playing in a homebrew world called Hompera, predominantly based on continents of Fioros and Jorvik currently, although the party is currently wandering around the Shadowfell, but we'll get to that later. Primary deities of Fioros are the Greek pantheon and the Norse for Jorvik, because I thought that sounded like a cool Norse name, and turned out it actually is a cool Norse name, because I forgot that Jorvik is actually York. But there you go. That's the thing.
I was thinking it was a clever reference.
It was
It was-
yes. Ignore what I just said. Everyone will restart. Hi, welcome to the nice. No,
Can't do that anymore.
well we can't. Welcome to the internet. But yeah, we've been playing for almost a year now. So our characters are all level 8.
Which for a year seems really underwhelming. We've lived for a whole year. We just grew up.
I mean, to be fair, that's how long we've been playing. In actual game time, we've been going for about a year and a half at this point.
You have to remember all the downtime that year downtime we had when
Everyone was
most of
dead.
the party was dead.
Yeah, and if you want to hear that story, you can listen to our podcast of our previous 42 episodes of Eat, Crit and Survive, available on our podcast, which we have on our Google Drive, which you can access through our Facebook and Twitter accounts, at Eat, Crit, Survive, and
Or if you
Eat, Crit
type
and Survive.
! podcast into the Twitch chat, it will give you a link.
Hey, because Ross does things.
I
On
do
a
that.
more serious note, before we go into this, apart from the various noises that you'll hear
Occasional,
because
yeah.
we are playing in a garage in the middle of Northamptonshire, which means we will occasionally get planes and police sirens.
Planes.
Absurdly loud bass speaker.
Occasionally that. We may get that today. We don't know why.
Someone has a new sound system and they are very proud of it somewhere in Kingston.
And we are going to murder them. No. To get a little bit serious for a moment, the reason why we decided we're going to bring this on is because we like doing it and it's quite good fun. We like to share our enjoyment with you guys. We've had fun doing it with the podcast. We're now bringing our faces to it. So one of the things that I'm personally trying to encourage a lot is that we pay it forward. So I'm going to give a shout out to Hellforge Props, who is been very instrumental in helping us get a little bit of stuff going on this. Is hosting us and does some awesome stuff on Etsy. Some nice little props that you can get hand printed, made in Brighton as well, which I like. So shout out to you guys and hello. So anyone else, if you ever want to get in touch, let us know that you want to do something. The DMs will be open for the Eat Crit Survive Twitter. That's the one.
If you type in !Twitter, it will give you our Twitter
there you
handle.
go. Although if you can't remember @EatCritSurvive,
I've just said if you forget later, but yeah.
forget later. There you go. But yeah, so paying that forward. Check out a bunch of amazing people who are doing a lot of things for the D&D community and general artists around and like do stuff. I mean, our minis came from a wonderful artist called May, who just made them for us, which is probably not helpful given that they're hidden by a blood giant.
No, we'll just get rid of him. It's
No,
fine.
that's why
Don't worry about it.
I twisted it.
Sucks.
You can see it.
Hey, we've got Matt
He's
Cam!
going to be dead in a minute anyway, so it's fine.
That's not here.
Oh, it's there. So, I guess with all that said and done, let's start tonight's episode of Eat, Crit and Survive. Where we last left off. I will end you first.
He owed you for the earlier comment about his accent.
Yeah, I know, but I have all the dice. So, where we last left off, you guys have been undertaking a second mission for the Raven Queen at the behest of Asher, who had decided that one deadly mission wasn't enough, and a second, less deadly mission was needed to get you, well, the revival of the prince that she apparently killed over some time ago.
I don't even remember doing it.
Nope. And yet you've decided that this is your mission, to revive the prince, and in order to do so, you've taken on the second mission, to go to the Sinister Basilica.
I feel like it solves a lot of my problems.
It might do.
It's gonna solve everything. It's like, oh, you killed
gonna
him.
solve-
I'm like, yeah, but
Here he is.
I brought him back.
You'll be welcome in Jorvik. You will now have half of Shadowfell hunting you down.
I'm
That's
not
fine.
sure it's even as simple as that.
Nah, I think like reviving him, the King's game were like, so happy
Everyone
you
else.
did this for me.
Having made it to the Sinister Basilica, the temple to the demi-lich, or demigod and lich, Vecna,
Never heard of him.
you made your way through a series of puzzles, adopted a sheep,
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's still
Fort-
with us, by the way.
fought an ooze, and have now made your way down to this fourth room, which has provided some sort of puzzle or problem that you had to deal with in order to make your way into what you assume to be the final chamber underneath a chain sarcophagus.
Which we definitely weren't stuck on. We nailed those.
You nailed
I was
every.
absolutely breeze walked it. I mean,
You were integral to us
I
solving
was.
all of those.
I was
puzzles
there.
as well.
I'm going to say both of you rolled deception checks at disadvantage.
I choked so hard on those puzzles. I'm deeply
roll 2
ashamed.
7s.
8 and a 3.
That is the standard of dice rolling you can expect here at Eat, Crit and Survive.
Disadvantage 2 7.
And I roll. Yeah, that's about right.
18?
16. It wasn't great.
A lucky number.
But, having made their way down into this final chamber, a 40-foot circular room containing a blood giant who engaged in some conversation with Cedric.
Yeah.
And then less conventional when they decided they wanted to try and unchain it. So he said no.
Yep.
In a way that made Cedric choke on a massive amount of blood.
18
That is where we shall
points
pick up, with everyone rolling initiative.
Oh my god.
That's bad.
Did you?
Correct.
And yet, you'll still
I'm
be
still gonna go last!
I'm going last.
25 to 20.
24.
20.
To be clear, I didn't roll with advantage because I have a level of exhaustion.
correct in his ability check.
Does anyone else have that?
Do we meant to have advantage?
I have advantage because I'm a
Unearthed Arcana Ranger. 20 to 15.
It's 18 for Cedric.
That's right, folks. You heard it here first. I critted and I also got an 18.
Hey! So Cedric, Asher, and the giant are all going around the same time. Excellent. Everyone else?
I got a 3.
Kalatar got a 6.
6, and Dronelis is there. Actually, have you got Dronelis somewhere? The mini for
No.
him. In which case, I shall use.
It's upstairs in my room. My bad.
That's okay. I shall use this random figure that I have in here. This blood zombie to represent a wizard. Well, you think you might have Opti or a wizard in there?
I might actually just have like.
Gandalf.
But only the grey.
For the purposes of this, it doesn't matter at the moment. Lirelei, you're up first. There you go.
Right, so I'm outside the room. I thought I'd gone into the room.
You had, but you were all backing out the room because
You were
the
first
giant-
back out, so we were
So
trying to get
are
out.
we
of there.
actually round the corner like that, or are we
No,
looking
that's
in?
that's the sort of way, because I didn't draw a map longer than that because of other things on the other side. You're essentially in the corridor.
We're both.
You can see him, yeah, it's a bottleneck.
What is the distance between me and the giant?
Don't say
20
dragon.
feet.
20 feet.
Yes.
You were literally outside the door, I believe.
But it is
Just there.
awkward because you've got Asher and Cedric sort of in the way, and Cedric is incapacitated.
Oh yes, thank you. I forgot.
But I
Would he
can
leave
move
that in
through
the
their
way if
spaces,
he's on the
can't
ground?
I?
He's standing
Oh.
I'm
and
like
incapacitated, but he's broad.
choking on
I
blood.
can move
right now.
through their spaces, can't
You can move through those spaces. I'll say it costs you an extra 5 feet just because Cedric is
I? Okay.
heaving blood.
So, as a bonus action, I'm going to place my hunter's mark on the blood dragon
Nice.
using natural spell
Right.
slot.
Yeah, what was
Blood
that?
dragon. Blood dragon. Oh, golly.
You say blood dragon?
Yeah,
We said it
Stop
twice.
bringing up dragons.
Ideas.
it's going to happen. The blood giant. Using an actual spell slot because I used my goggles last
Can
week.
someone pop that on the thing for me? 'cause
You
I can't
critted,
read.
didn't you? Sonal?
Yeah. Who's
First
this?
question yeah, on the blood giant.
Oh,
Is it?
Just put it on the base.
I
It's
didn't
fine.
reset the counter. No,
Did you crit fail?
on what?
No,
The initiative.
Kafina, because otherwise you would have re-rolled it.
Oh,
Halfling.
of course.
Anyway, yes, Hunter's Mark, bonus action.
Hunter's mark. Then I will enter the room. Obviously, I have 5 feet less, so 25 feet. I want to get up to him and then sort of work my way round him.
Yep.
5, 10,
Which way,
15,
left or right?
20, 25.
That's fine, yeah. Yeah, I just want to make sure there's room for other people to do stuff.
Sure.
And I will make 2 attacks.
Go
Has
for it.
he acted this
He
combat?
has.
Yeah, I thought you'd say that.
Because his blood thing.
First attack is a 20.
20 does hit, unsurprisingly.
So that
Oh, that's
is that is 12 points of piercing damage.
12 points of piercing. Nice.
And my second attack, that's a natural 1.
Alright, so you swing out for the first one. You get a impact onto the bone that forms his lower thigh. And then come again for the second strike. And it just goes between the joint. You're used to there being flesh on the body of him. You just pass through the blood. No effect. Direction?
That is, and my bonus action.
And your bonus action and your movement. George, you're up.
Yeah, have I got any idea this is going on? Because we were.
I think you would hit. Make a perception check. Make a perception check.
It's deeper than that because Cedric.
Yeah.
8.
8. No, you saw Lyra moving. I mean, for anything else, you guys are probably further back up in the main chapel temple, but you probably haven't heard it at this point.
Yeah, so don't really know what's going on.
No, you just saw those guys go down the stairs.
Yeah. Okay. I'm probably messing around with the chains, seeing if I can figure out a way to release it from this end.
Sure, make an investigation check.
Oh, good. I'm so good at those.
You are now.
Not when you roll.
Well, it was a 2, so that's a magnificent 5.
Well, you can't wait for level 11, can you? You get that super ability. Reliable talent, that's the word I was looking for. Alright, you look around.
The super ability.
Super ability. There is nothing here. It seems that the rest of them seem to be done by these weird wheel, finger bone, ship wheel things that were in the other rooms. Can't
I
figure
cannot
out how.
find a way to pick this up. and loosen it from this end. So we.
Alright, brings us to the giant, Cedric and Asher all at the same time. So, giant
I
is...
mean dragon.
The giant dragon, made of blood, is going to use his vaporized blood magic, and a mist starts to expand from him as the sort of ropey tendrils that wrap around his arms and torso just emit this blood red mist that normally you weren't able to see colour in the Shadowfell. You can see this as it expands out, just surrounding the giant and filling this room completely. It is heavily obscured, so any ranged attacks are very difficult. In fact, actually, I'll look up exactly what heavily obscured is. This will happen a lot, guys. We used to have a chap called Dan who would play with us, and he knew a lot about the rules.
Rule slap.
He was the rule slut. I believe it's the same as being treated as invisible, because that's what invisibility does. Creature is considered heavily obscured.
Turn is it while you're looking?
It is Cedric and Asher. You're incapacitated, so you do nothing.
Make a save at the end of my turn.
No, it's until the end of the turn, but as you spit out the last of the blood, you are poisoned, as it seems that whatever it's done whilst it was inside has just torn up and badly injured you.
Okay.
Seeped into your system. Yes, it did. Asher.
I will use my wings and go straight up.
Okay. You go up, so your action, pop your wings. Ceiling's about 25 feet.
Does it actually go higher than 25 feet?
I mean, how high do you fly?
25 feet.
You are above the mist.
Oh, okay. I thought you'd be blinded all the way.
That's my action to use my wings, isn't it?
Correct.
Then that's all.
Alrighty. Brings us to Drenelis, who was a... He hears me going, he goes upstairs. No, he does not. Kalatar.
Oh yeah, shit. Well, that came around really quick as well.
I know, right?
Okay.
Doing it, guys. We're live on the internet.
Does he hear anything?
Perception check. How did that bounce?
I put a little foam thing in it so it made less noise, but it's just, these dice are going to bounce out of it. So anyway, so I might scrap that idea in a minute. 13.
13. You just hear... Yeah, he hears something.
Enough to investigate.
Yes.
He will go and... how far away is he from the door? Because this is a bit arbitrary.
He's up in the main chamber. I'll say he's about 20 feet.
Okay. He'll get to the door. And it's just like a wall of red, essentially, that you can see. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Great. Yes. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Does he see anyone? No.
No.
Okay.
Heavily obscure.
He's going to shout back at everyone else and make them aware that there's just a room filled with red mist and 3 of the compatriots.
Patriots?
Sure.
The word you're looking for?
Comrades, thank you.
Buddies.
Are missing,
Friends.
basically. Are not there.
Okay.
If he moves back up 10 feet, because otherwise he's doing actually by rule on his turn, can he see George's?
If he goes up... I mean, he could see George from where he was, because George was in the main chamber.
Okay.
Up in the hand, and yeah.
Before,
He could have done that whilst he was moving.
Sure, whilst he's moving, he would like to inspire.
Oh yeah, Ross can't do a Welsh accent for Kalatar,
it
so
comes
I have
out,
to do it.
Swedish almost.
It does. Dare to be free. Dare to go as far as your thoughts leads. And apparently I can't do a Welsh accent either. Go down to her leads.
Got a
There you
warm
go.
up.
And dare to carry that out into your life. Close enough. Please don't sue.
And
Wales.
a D8.
Wales is going to see.
They've got bigger problems.
D8.
Yeah, so a creature is effectively suffering from the blind condition whilst they are trying to see something in the area.
He's just going to not be like in the way as best he can, so he's just going to take a step away from the door, essentially.
That's the effect of the heavily obscured.
Yeah.
Essentially
Heavily
blind.
obscured, just
Around the corner, somewhere.
Awesome!
That works.
Kafina, you're up.
Cool. I'm guessing I'm seeing 2 people run off to the door now.
You've seen, you saw Kalatar run off towards the door.
Yeah,
George is still pissing around looking at the vault as he's Drenelis.
Yeah, concerned about what they're going after. So, how far
Ish.
to the door?
20 feet, I think it
About
was.
20 feet, yeah.
That's perfect. Yeah, I'd like to use 20 feet to get to
You get-
seeing in the door.
And you can see blood red mist.
Yes.
It's just a wall of bloody static.
Same problem I had.
Yeah. And I can't see the people standing 5 feet in front of me.
Nope.
Blind.
It's literally a wall of red.
Then I will move 5 feet back out of the doorway.
Okay. Sure.
Um,
Just go back up the stairs slightly.
Yeah.
Next to Kalatar.
Guess I'll hold a what do you call it? Shocking grasp.
A shocking grasp.
Just in case
Okay,
something comes
sure.
out at me. Like,
Sure,
I
you're
don't
holding
want-
shocking
You don't
grasp.
know what's in there,
Yeah.
I can't wait for Cedric to walk
What
out.
is the
And
What
nothing
is the-
else, Kelatar probably deserves one.
What's the trigger?
Something trying to attack me.
Sure, Lyra, you're up.
Safe.
Okay, so presumably I can make attacks, but they're at disadvantage.
Yeah.
And I can't see thing.
No, but you are aware of how close he is to you.
Yes, but if I can't see him, I can't use Planar Warrior.
No, you
We
cannot.
discovered this
Correct.
2 weeks ago.
You still have Hunter's Mark on him, which helps.
Annoying. Sure. I think what I'm actually going to do is take my action to disengage,
Okay.
then use my movement to back up towards the wall.
Okay.
That's 20 feet?
15.
15,
Yeah, 15.
okay. And then I will
Just go square 'em.
slide back in the direction I know the door is.
Okay.
Another 15 feet. 15.
Yep.
And then I will bonus action dash, which I
Okay.
can do now, to do that again until I find the doorway.
10,
You
15.
bump into Cedric. And then you find, as you get sort of keep your hand on the wall moving around, you eventually find the gap in the doorway and fall
Can
out
I
for it.
grab... Have I got enough movement to grab Cedric and pull him out of the room?
You had 15 feet left.
So I'll say you can drag him 5 feet because you're essentially half your movement is pulling another
out of the-
creature.
that
I'm
would get me
trying
out
to
the
get
door.
him out of the room.
That would be like that.
Okay.
As far out of the room as we can. Is he still prone?
Cedric was never
I was
Oh, you
I
never
was
tried.
literally just
There.
doubled over a bit.
Sure.
Winded.
Yeah.
So,
Winded.
yeah, I think that will do.
Okay. George. You heard Kelatar shouting, so
Yes.
now you know what's going on.
Yep, so I'm going to move down and join the crowd at the doorway.
Oh yeah, down 20 feet. You're a bit
Yeah.
at the door basically.
So you can go 10 feet and he'd be where Lyra there is. It's
Yes.
only a narrow corridor, so it's quite
Yeah.
awkward now that
Yeah.
everyone is in this area.
Especially with Cedric right at the front.
Cedric at the front,
Yeah.
Kelatar there, Asher's in the air, flying.
In the room, she's not in the
Mhm.
corridor.
I can see.
Yes.
That much
But I
of the
can't see
room.
Asher.
Nope.
How tall is the giant again?
About 20 feet.
Does their head poke above the mist?
Nope.
So you can't
Seems
see the
he's
giant.
used to this and he knows what he's doing.
Asher is still in there. I am coming for you, Asher. Pull out my spear. Charging
Charge straight forward.
Wow.
Sure.
Okay.
Do you want to give Asher some elevation?
20.
So I'm
Oh boy, do I not.
basically trying to charge forward and locate something that's not an
Move the
ally.
blood giant.
Sure. Make a. Just hang it off the end of the board. It doesn't really need to.
Giant in the middle.
There you go. Make an attack roll. Disadvantage.
She's off the camera now.
2 14s.
Two
What's a 22?
Oh, you charged him.
22. That will hit.
Yeah.
Even with the added 5 to its AC because you're going in blind, swinging wildly.
No sneak attack.
You definitely know these.
Still 3d6, which isn't bad.
Which is the cold
The
damage.
blue one
Okay, the big one.
makes sense. Blue is cold. So that's 5 cold, plus 11 piercing.
11 points of piercing. Nice. But you rush in blind with the spear.
Isn't it?
Eh.
That's one weapon as well.
Sorry?
Isn't it? That's one weapon as well.
I don't think so.
Alright, okay.
Spin.
Frostbrand spear. I think it is plus 1 weapon.
You didn't give me an item card for it. So.
I did not. I'll sort one out for you
If you want
later.
to say it's a plus
Called
one,
out live on air.
if you want to say it's a +1 weapon, I'm more than happy with
Cool.
that.
Hang on, Connor. Let's talk about your character sheet, shall we?
Mate, I'm level 4. Just trying to do my best here. I don't know why I'm playing Blood Giant.
If you want to say it's a +1 weapon, I'm more than happy with that.
Oh, okay, it's not then. Because of the clap. If anyone's got a copy of the DMG, have a look and see what's in the Frostbrand.
I mean, saying that when I'm playing George, it's a bit confusing.
That's true. Because of your physical clap. No, that doesn't work. If anyone's got a copy of the DMG, have a look at Frostbrand weapon during the next few turns. If not, look it up on the internet.
None of us have TMGs. We don't bring them.
Not here.
I don't have it with me.
Fair enough.
I
Then
mean, good
then
boys.
we will not solve this problem. It's the giant's turn. He is going to use... Well, let's see if he gets his blood magic back. 'Cause that's funny.
Oh
Nope.
dear. I've just realised something bad.
Well,
Never mind.
Yep. He knows where you are. He's going to stab you with his blood spear twice. And he can see you. So, with advantage...
He has the sea in blood, has it?
Well, it's specifically the vaporize. It doesn't affect his vision. However, that is only a 14 to hit on the first one. I rolled a 5 and a natural
Yes.
2. And the second one, that's better. That's a 25 to hit.
You know what? That does just about hit.
Does it? I'm unsurprised by this. Right, so I need that and those.
For those of us just joining us, Luke gets happy when the bad guys do well.
When they win.
I mean, it is
He's
the
that guy.
DM's condition.
I was going to say, that's literally what I'm here to do.
It's not a +1 weapon.
Ah, there you go. Then no +1. So for all of that, you don't get a +1, but you do take
Yeah, but oh boy,
22
do you.
points of piercing damage and 7 points of cold damage. As he swings the blood spear, you manage to duck out of the way for the first one. The second one, now he seems to have located you, stabs down, pinning your foot to the floor.
And the bad thing is that I can't use my dodge because I can't see him.
No, you cannot. That will end his turn. Cedric, Asher.
After you, sir. I mean, I
Miss.
Madam,
Yes,
to you.
madam.
Um,
Connor. Yeah, I'm.
So can I see him at all?
Nope. Just blood. Blood.
Kind of fly down like that, see if I hit anything.
Sure, make a perception check as you fly, just for the hell of it.
8.
You hit the wall.
In which case, I will cast Wrathful Smite
The energy wraps around your blade.
and
So Asher is now down in the bottom corner here, Ross. Down on the far side. Nope, further towards me. There we go, yeah.
and wait to see if I see the blood giant.
So you're holding your action to make attacks. Got it. Cedric.
Okay, I don't know if
Get rid
this
of the
is
elevators now.
going to work. Oh yeah, I'll do that in a sec.
Things are standing on them, it's all.
But
Yeah, that's true.
I'm
Leave-
going
leave it as is.
I will be going back up.
give it a punt.
Excuse me?
A punt.
Oh.
As soon as I figure out, I am. You know what? I'm really sorry, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to just fairy fire into the centre of the room.
Sure.
Hold on, let me do a check. I don't need to see
No, you
the
see
area.
object.
No, it's the area that he's working out. Whether or not he needs to see the
Duration.
targeting area.
Just a point
It
of
doesn't
space,
say
I've
each
got.
object in a cube outlines of your choice, any creature in the area for the duration. It doesn't actually say.
I will say it probably doesn't, because the whole point of it is you're able to use it when it's dark.
Yeah,
So you just
And you
throw it
know
out in the
what
area.
one looked like
Yes.
before it was
I'm just going to throw it into the middle of the room.
Alright, George, Asher, and Blood Giant make dex saves.
By
DC of
14.
14? That is a 14 for the giant.
That's it.
Crit!
Whey!
I'm verified. What did you think?
Do we see Asher by any chance?
Nope.
No, but it has
Okay.
advantage on me now.
Just put this on
yeah,
Asher.
but-
Yeah,
already
anyway,
have
because you're blind and it isn't.
well, actually,
You know what that
well,
means.
I mean, you can probably remove that
Probably,
at
anyway.
but at the end of my turn. If I can't see it, I'm going to not concentrate on it because the intention was to have it glowing, sparkly, pretty in the middle of
Sure.
the fight. And if that didn't work, then
Sure.
There's no point concentrating on it.
It's about 10% metagaming, but sure, I'll allow it.
I mean, the intention was to see
Yeah,
if we'd make it light up. It didn't
I'm
light
fucking
up.
with you, it's fine. So take that off Asher, because she is now no longer verified.
Because
you suddenly glow with some sparkles for about 2 seconds.
And you presumably just assume it's part of your magical personality.
Clearly.
and then, I will just get out of the way slightly, I think. Just to make it less awkward for everyone to have to squeeze by me, I'm going to be on 5 feet this side of the door.
Okay.
I have to jump.
I mean, it's a 5-foot corridor, so it's not.
Oh, okay, so it's just literally everyone stacked up.
Yeah, everyone's now just daisy-chaining it.
Too
Right.
fulminautely cute to be killed.
Yes.
Brings us to Geronalis, who is going to come around and join the queue, and can do fuck all with that. So he will he'll activate his blade song, because why not?
Everyone's just walking in and adding defensive spell. Everyone's looked at it and gone, can't be good.
Nope.
Don't know what it is.
And he will hold magic missile, because he's got fuck all else he can do at this point, because the rest of his spells are too high level to blast at this exact moment in time. Kalatar.
Okay. Can someone remind me
No.
if with Vicious Mockery they only need to be able to hear you, or do they need to be able to see you as well?
I think it's yeah.
It may be only here. Although I think there is a thing about understanding as well, but I would double check.
Didn't it speak to us in common?
No.
Giant.
No, it was in Giant. I was talking. Cedric was talking in Giant. To it.
At a creature you can see within range.
Okay, that's fine. That's I mean, it's not fine, but it is fine. In which case, I will inspire Lyra
Okay.
Hey.
with whatever this says.
Lyra, your heart will be shattered by sorrow. That's it. If you force it to live in like tomorrow's ephemeral imagination world instead of in today's eternal reality now. I have no idea what the fuck that was.
What even was
I
that?
don't know. I feel like I put spaces in where I put breaks for.
Shall we hold on? Can we just redo?
Fuck you.
That makes perfect sense. Your heart will be shattered
Oh,
if
okay.
you're
I'll leave that one.
imagining what's going to happen tomorrow. Instead, enjoy today.
Basically, live in the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
YOLO!
Yeah.
Oh god.
Summarised. And then for his action, he kind of doesn't really have anything.
But
Bards, man. Bards can't do any damaging things, as I found out.
Yeah, it's a pain in the
Doesn't have it.
backside.
Do you know who does have lightning bolt?
Okay, he's gonna
Who was
use.
told on no account to use lightning?
Can he use his action?
see.
I don't know how this is going to work,
Yes.
so DM discretion. Can he use his action to take the help action and help Lyra attack the creature?
I mean, can he?
Based on him, like, poising, just listening in really hard or something.
A seeing eye bar.
Yes! I mean, like,
I mean, I'm all about it. I like it. I like it as an idea. Where is the help action on this thing?
yeah, no one ever uses
Pulls
his
the bow and arrow
action.
that way, and Kalatar's just like, no. just nudges it slightly to the left. Perfect.
It might just offset the
You can
disadvantage.
aid
of
a friendly creature in attacking a creature within 5 feet of you.
Okay, no worries then.
So he can just sort of go, you've got this.
Yeah, I think.
I'm right behind you.
Yeah, okay. That's his turn then. He's done.
Kavina.
The room is still full of blood, yes?
Yes.
He is.
Yeah, I'm just going to cast Mirror Image and take a few more steps away from the door.
Okay.
But within view of the doorway, I want to be able to rush in as soon as the room is empty.
Okay, so
Right,
we'll say
right.
you're 10 feet away from the door.
Yeah, cool.
Bottom.
And
yeah.
there are 4 of me now.
Just the 4 moving Kafinas all going, yeah, I'm ready. Lyra.
Okay.
Do something.
Lyra's going to take a deep breath while outside of the room.
Yes.
Take a deep breath and I'm going to run into the room and make 2 attacks at where I think the giant is.
Okay, you rush in. Say make a perception check at disadvantage.
19.
19. Okay. Make your attacks at disadvantage.
I'm just going to put it there for now.
Yeah. I can't see, but yeah,
Oh,
I
next-
assume
Next to George, but
Yeah.
you're...
That's a 9.
9 misses. You swing the sword. Whips.
And that's a 9. No, that's an 8.
Ah!
Much better.
Swing the sword twice. Miss completely. Nothing.
Luckily, it didn't hit George.
George.
Technically, your spear's still in it, right? Just twist it.
Yeah, but its spear is also in him.
That's
which
fine.
Inconvenient.
Yeah.
It's like those moments in movies where two people are choking each other. It's like, who will be choked first?
I'm just going to make my attack.
Go for it.
I'll do.
Yeah, 19.
19 hits.
I'm so good at fighting flying. I can zip in like this underwater.
Because you went the wrong way.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So that's 5 cold plus 15 piercing.
15 points of piercing.
I mean,
You
that was
hit-
sneak attack, George. Damn.
You just hear as it goes.
Do we all hear that?
I think I am hitting it.
Okay, that's your action.
It's more than I am.
You now hear Lyra standing directly next to you. Oh, George is the resident pervert, if anyone hasn't picked up on
Wearing
that.
half plate, there's nothing to be
George would find it if
Wait.
there's anything.
Which half?
Full trousers.
Pretty sure it's
They don't get
a
it
full
in for
breastplate.
nothing.
That's it.
Alright, brings us to the blood giant. Oh, are you doing anything else, or is that it?
Yeah, I'm going to...
Right.
Who's mowing their lawn at 8 o'clock at night?
I don't know.
Connor's weird neighbours. Oh yeah, get rid of this.
It could be worse. It could be my next door neighbour who hoovers their grass.
What?
As you do.
He hoovers them.
Anyway, yes, what are you doing, George?
Next time you're literally going to go back up.
I did say it.
It's fine. I'll put it on that side instead.
I'm going to use my movements to try to get to where I think the other side of the blood giant is, to Lyra, as she just appeared next to me.
You can't see her. You heard her, but you can't see her. So I'll say make a perception check. At disadvantage. Oh, that's a 7.
Where are the skin and bones? They
Yeah,
still
that's a
around?
5. So
For the
that's
giants.
that's a 9 on perception.
My skin and bones.
Oh yeah, they're still around, yeah. Sorry.
No, only a 9 on that perception.
9.
Okay, so I'm moving towards the wall of the room in essentially a random direction if I don't know where they're.
Sure, roll the d8.
3.
3. You move sideways towards this wall.
Walk right through there.
Why you walk into Lyra, essentially. You walk straight into her.
Sorry, Lyra, for once that was not intentional.
For once, I believe you.
You're walking the whole way to the wall?
No,
You've
I
walked
found
into Lyra.
I found something I like. I'm staying.
You jump the other side.
Ha. Alright. It is now the blood giant's turn. He is going to use his impale blood magic.
That doesn't sound good.
But he is going to move around George and Lyra. He's going to step over them, basically, moving closer towards the doorway, which actually pours the blood around. He doesn't go.
Doesn't have space to do it.
He basically shares the space of the
Sure.
two smaller creatures
Okay.
because he's fucking huge.
Yeah.
The blood actually sifts off the wall slightly, so you can see there's a little bit of space where you are, Asher. But I will need 4 as the blood now moves up the corridor. 4. Kafina, Duranolis, Cedric, Lyra, and George and Kelatar to all make dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
What about skin and bone?
Yeah,
And
buddy.
Skin and Bones haven't come down yet. I'm going to say at disadvantage because you cannot see
Dexterity
fucking
saving.
anything.
Oh, you're joking.
Oh,
No.
Wait,
oh, wait, what? Disadvantage?
Yes.
Oh, man, I just crit it.
I got a 19 and yeah.
It doesn't matter for George.
Oh, crit fails, so I get to reroll.
Use my inspiration.
Oh, that's golden.
That's not bad.
I get a 1 only to replace it with a 19.
The police are coming.
Oh
It's
shit.
the crit police.
They know I'm an Aussie.
Yeah. Alright. I'll start this
Yeah,
side.
please, yes, thank you.
George.
17.
Success. No damage.
19.
19. Success. You take... 4 35 half down to 18, we'll say, points of piercing and cold damage. Kafina.
20.
18 points of piercing and cold damage.
16 for both Kalatar and Cedric.
18 points of piercing and cold damage. As these blood spikes suddenly spike up and just erupt into your impact into your chest. George, you see them coming in, duck out of the way of them, despite the fact you can't see anything. It's quite impressive. It's more reflex than anything else. You hear.
My instincts are to stick things into people rather than have them stuck into me.
There you go.
Use a spear.
Uh-huh. That will end the giant's turn, bringing us to Cedric and Asher.
You're in the middle of it.
Okay. If this thing has walked towards me, I don't want to use my turn like this, but no, sure, let's do it. I'm going to take a step towards it and the doorway.
Down the stairs, yep.
Fall down the crack of doom.
There we go.
The crack stairs and the hole.
And then I will take my. I will spore up for wild shaking.
The mushrooms suddenly erupt around you, mixing with the blood.
20.
Cut-
That's weird.
It's a lot harder to watch the mushrooms spore up because they're sort of taking in the blood and it just feels heavy in the mist here, and it's not pleasant
Gross.
to be a Cedric.
Yes. Oh, gross. And then I'm going to bonus action healing word. I'm going to cast it myself.
Okay.
Just at level 1. Just
You
to
can
give
see
it
yourself.
a little boost.
Asher.
What do you say to yourself?
Now the thing has moved, is there any way I can logistically think about where this thing is? If it was in the middle of the room and
Make a perception check.
I know it's left.
I say, as my great mama
21.
once said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without.
And you said it to yourself.
I said myself.
And healing also comes from within.
21.
21. You've seen it move. You don't know why. That's the problem. All you know is that the blood mist has just moved away. We have no idea if that's a natural thing or because it's centered on him or what.
Fly at 10 feet because then I know that no one else is there, and then just kind of fly along and swing. Like,
Sure, make attack rolls at disadvantage.
if I reckless, do I just go normal?
Sure.
Because it's pretty reckless.
I mean, it is reckless, yeah.
14.
Misses.
Natural 1.
So, as you swing with your great Shatterfang's blade, swinging it through the air, you render through twice, and you feel the second one go down. Roll damage.
Is this proper damage?
Just
As in, as
2d6.
if I
Just
hit?
2d6.
Because I have Wrathful Smite on this.
Yes, you do. Yeah. You impact something.
Which one of us is it?
I think I decided it's both.
37 points.
37.
And whatever I've just hit is terrified of me for a minute and cannot be near me.
Okay. I'm going to say George and Lyra both make dexterity saving throws.
Roll well.
As you're flying
Do we
through.
see this one?
No.
So with disadvantage.
Yeah, 'cause you're not expecting anything coming through.
Are you sure Asher didn't go, yeah?
God damn it!
What'd you roll?
A 19 and a 2. So that's a 9.
9? Nope. Nope.
13.
13. Okay. You actually succeed on this because I'm giving it a sort of death save rules on it, so you take a portion of the damage. So, what was it? 39?
37.
37. So, we'll cut it in half and split it between the two of you. As you swing the blade down, because as you're flying, the weight of the sword is pulling you down. You've got no visual reference point to keep your weight up, and the blade just hangs down.
The weight
You
of the
feel it cut
blade
in.
is hanging down with a 25. This sword is huge!
It just swings across, impacting into George first, dealing 19 points of damage, and you are frightened of Asher. You take 9 points of damage. As the blade just rips across.
Is Asher now embedded in the blood giant?
No, she's nowhere near it.
Oh,
She's just behind her friends. So if someone could move her forward. Just like.
What sort of damage was that again?
It was
Psychic.
slashing and psychic.
Psychic, radiant, and slashing.
It was a lot.
All that like really hard
I
to
feel
block
like I might
stuff.
recognise that as Asher.
Yeah, you recognise it as Asher.
Asher! Damn it!
Right, I'll float 10 feet.
You've been stabbed by. Oh no, you stabbed Asher through the chest. It wasn't Asher stabbing you. No, you stabbed someone else. It was way back earlier in the campaign. Doesn't matter.
Spent some
Someone.
time stabbing the fake Athena.
I know, right? No, it wasn't it. May have been Vesset. Yeah, it was Vesset because Asher got real angry. Right, that ends Asher's turn.
I hate
Duralis
something.
has expended his spell slot and cannot see fucking anything. I'll have to do a dex save for him. No, that was a natural 1 for Duralis' dex save because I forgot to do it for him.
I'm surprised you guys didn't respond with "Damn it, stop feeding us" or something. Like, you know, that's the new phrase when you hit an ally.
Take 37 feet damage.
Yeah.
Alright. He can't do anything, so he is going to hold a shocking grasp, the same as Kavina, because that's all he can really do. Brings us to Kalatar.
So, Kalatar still having very little to do, is going to move towards the door as well. Now, how wide is the door? 5 feet?
5 feet, yeah.
So is he just going to walk into Cedric, essentially?
Yeah.
Once he's done that, he's going... he's going to have a problem with just doing anything. So he's gonna... can you tell me
Maybe.
what lock armor does?
That is in...
I'm just grasping at straws here.
Yes. Lock armor. I believe it has something specifically to do with metal armor.
Okay, so it probably won't be important here.
Not in this instance, no.
Does he hear the giant in front of him?
Make a perception check.
Because if he does...
Yeah, lock armor affects metal equipment or a metal construct.
no, that was like... I rolled a 2, so probably not.
No idea.
Okay, he's going to go... no, that's... sorry, Cedric, blah, blah, blah. I will back up again. Can he back up enough to get out of the
Blood mist. Yes, he can.
And can he see Kafina? Is she on the outside of it? Or
I'm in the
inside
blood
it?
mist
You're in the
now.
blood
She's
mist
in the
as
blood
well.
mist now,
Is
yeah.
anyone else outside the blood mist?
Skin and bones.
Isn't there?
It's not going to inspire them.
Duralis. No, Duralis is still in the blood. He doesn't even
Okay.
move.
He's just going to back up then, and just so he can have a view of what is going
Down
on,
the corridor.
and maybe pick some people up if we start going down. I guess.
Alright, Kafina.
I'm
Yeesh.
going to get out of the blood mist. I should hopefully still know which direction's which.
Yeah, you know how stairs work.
Yeah. Good.
Generally have 2 directions, up and down.
Intelligence of 19, yeah?
That's the PC.
It's
not the player.
fake intelligence. It's all in the band. Yeah. So I'm gonna run out of the mist.
Sure.
And I
Make a
guess-
dexterity check, not trip up the stairs.
Oh, okay.
I've actually been an idiot.
Disadvantage or regular?
Yeah, regular. It's just for fun.
I'll fix it my turn.
19.
19, yeah, you're fine. You fleet of foot, go up the stairs.
Cool.
Have you just worked out something you can do?
I still don't know what we're fighting.
Nope.
I still don't know where anything is. I'm going to stand there and hold shocking grasp,
Sure.
just in case.
Lyra.
Okay. Back at this. And make 2 attacks with disadvantage.
Sure.
That's 10,
Misses.
and that's an 8.
Also misses. As you swing wildly, you're not entirely certain. You just feel it heavy as you're drawing through the blood. No idea what's going on here. George.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how being frightened of Ash is going to work, because I don't know where she is.
No,
Can't see
not.
it,
It's not
can't
an issue at the moment.
Okay, so I guess I'm joining the stab wildly and hope for hit an enemy club.
Yeah, you're at disadvantage anyway, so it doesn't really make too much of a difference right at this moment in time.
That's a 15.
15? Just barely hits, actually.
You're the only one who can hit this thing.
It's the skills, what can I say?
Oh.
Wow. But all the damage. So that's 2 cold damage
Okay.
and 7 piercing.
Whoa.
2 1s and a 2 on 3d6.
Alright. I'm sure there's a fear marker in here somewhere. Yeah, something else to look
I
for.
can remember I'm scared.
Yeah, you can remember you're afraid. Is that fucking born out? No. Yeah,
So I am actually scared.
you are afraid of Asher, but because you can't see the target of your fear, it's not affecting you at the moment.
Yeah.
Brings us to the giant's turn. On his turn, the mist draws back into him.
Ooh.
Okay, you can get that back. But you can now all see him.
Oh, never mind. I won't
You
reveal
can
anything I
see
just discovered
Asher.
then.
He is going to stab George because he's the one who's been pissing him off. Oh, that's cocked. That is a 20.
Yes.
Yeah, 26 to hit.
Oh yes, it's not even cutting the words in range.
I can't see it now because he is too far up.
Oh,
at
did
an
you?
angle.
Oh, is it at an angle? Oh, okay. Never
Yes,
mind
stairs, mate. Stairs don't just go flat.
then. Well, I just thought you might be able to see down into the doorway and see the giant motherfucker out on the door.
The giant's 25 feet, the doorway's 5
Yeah,
feet.
that's true. That's the.
You take 7 points of cold damage and 17, 23 points of piercing damage.
So that's 30 total.
Yes,
And can he dodge?
down to 15.
I'm
Still conscious?
up, yes.
Okay. 14 does not hit you, so yeah, second strike misses. Should have gone for Ash.
Good job too.
Would you have been
I am on
unconscious?
8 hit points.
Oh, alright, that will actually he's going to step back around towards this side of the room, just away from the doorway because he knows that that's a bad thing.
Attack
Eh?
opportunity.
Or
He's
just-
left George's.
George has used his reaction. He's going to keep
Dodge.
going.
Is he out
Uncanny
of
dodge.
Lyra?
Yeah.
What about Lyra?
No, he's still within melee of Larry. He's
Yeah.
just moving out of the
What
way of
about
the door line.
So
Yeah.
that's Cedric.
Cedric can take
Yes,
an attack
I
opportunity
will.
if he wishes.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is that
A
right?
16 to hit.
16 hits.
Cool.
Swing with the axe.
Yes.
Swing with Genesis.
Oh, fucking hell. 4 points of slashing damage.
Is that
I rolled
one?
a 1 on the die. And because I am
Spored.
spored up, 1 point of poison damage because I rolled a 1 on the die.
As you swing the blade and it impacts into him, the poison, the spores float off Genesis and
Yes.
impact into it. So they don't appear to make any difference as the blood just.
Oh, sorry,
Wash them away.
one more point of slashing damage. Sorry, I was looking at my old hand axe. I need to scrub that out, not Genesis.
It's immune to poison damage.
It's immune to poison.
Yes.
I was hoping it was the opposite.
It's now Cedric and Asher.
Guess it has
I mean, I don't have a thing anymore because my plan disappeared when the blood
Blood.
left. So
Bonus action, I will use my Vow of Enmity.
Okay, targeting with the Vow of Enmity.
Bonus action, utter a Vow of Enmity against a creature you can see within 10 feet. It is within 10 feet.
It is now, yeah.
You gain advantage on attack rolls against this creature for 1 minute until it is 0 hit points or falls unconscious.
Correct. Or until you become incapacitated.
Yes. It doesn't say that.
It does. It's until you become incapacitated is one of the things in the book.
I just copied and pasted it off the book.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah.
But we know you've got difficulty with your sight.
It's a 13 and a 17. So
Oh, that'll hit, yeah.
yeah.
No, Oh, no.
if
Four.
that works.
It's calling it early.
Yeah. Is that my best move? I'm just waiting for him to do his thing.
Keep rolling.
33 points.
So it's the first time you spring off using your wings and drawing the now blood-smeared blade of Shatterfang. The serrated edges are carving in. You basically just feel that jarring tear as you just sort of hack through the femur of this giant.
Fantastic.
Before you,
That's cocked as well.
I tried my best.
Okay.
You're rolling with advantage anyway?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Valency. Paladin.
14 on dice, so 24.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Smite.
Okay. Divine Smite. Oh, Jared will often do this because he and cough
He's
into his jumper
permanently ill.
because he is constantly dying from English weather.
And it's pretty toxic. But
Ooh, all my d8s rolled 7s.
Good.
How many d8 did you roll?
3.
It's not undead. You only roll 2.
Is it not?
No.
Are you sure?
Duh.
It is officially a giant, but because they're all 7s, that's fine. Doesn't actually matter.
So it's a giant, not.
While he's rolling, can I just make my
undead,
attack?
monstrosity,
It's a giant.
aberration.
It is a
Not
giant.
a dragon.
No, it is a dragon. You've caught my cunning ploy.
44.
Oh no, okay.
How do you want to kill it?
Oh, okay.
Never mind, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just. I'm
I want to know what
Cedric's
your
in the background.
question was.
Yeah, what was the question?
Charging up a level 4 guiding bolt. And you're like, never mind. He's like, oh.
I'm okay.
D8s, man.
Yeah, how do you want to kill him?
Wow. Put all those.
Just as he's just walking away, I'm just going to cut the head off.
Hang on, how many d6 did you roll on that last one?
2 for the weapon attack, 1 for my wings.
Oh, that's right, because you get it from your wings.
That's where the extra damage is all coming from.
Gotcha. Because you're not
Didn't
raging.
rage at any point.
Right, there you go. All right, so what are you doing with the blade?
Just
How do you-
literally just lop off the head and
All right.
then sink back
So having
down.
cut into the femur, you now use that as a you use that as an anchor point, just as it staggers down to its knee. You bring the sword up, the wings flashing behind you. You whoosh, cut through the neck, and the head just and the blood that's just around you just the sort of skeletal, translucent skin that surrounds it just falls to the ground. It is now a dead giant.
Gross.
Did it drop anything?
Did
Did
it
it
burst
drop-
into
Did it have like a wheel? I'm looking for a wheel, right? A bone wheel.
The wheel is over on the far side of the wall.
Okay, well, I've had
How
my turn,
big is
so.
its spear? How stupidly big is its spear?
The spear actually dissipated. It looks like it was a
Right.
it was a conjuration and just a transformation of its blood
It's
that
not
formed the
something
spear.
George could use.
George is going, keep that crazy bitch away from me.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's running as fast as
For
it
a
can
minute.
back
Yeah.
down the corridor.
There's no saving it either. Just
No,
fear.
for a minute, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, George has left the room,
Yeah.
and
Ne-
possibly the building.
Next time he's sexually harassing you, you just slap him with that.
Punch him in the face. Okay.
Bye, George.
Yeah, get the wheel and turn it.
You turn it, and those of you that are up in the up the top, which would be George and Kelatar and Kafina, you just hear. That's the final chain on top of it, and Skin and Bones rolls off the top, leaving the sarcophagus completely unchained.
Like a little girl at Christmas. Run straight to it, because I'm pretty sure that this is where the thing is, so I'm going to open it without checking it.
As I show bonus up,
Oh,
I will.
God.
I'm
Why?
going to go up and go after George.
Okay.
And I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder and cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Okay, second level cure wounds.
Which won't do a lot, but it'll do some.
I will ready my shield on the way up the stairs.
Okay.
In case something comes out of this.
Alrighty.
That is 12 points of healing.
So point to healing. So you're going up and you're rushing straight up to the sarcophagus.
Yes.
You just lipping the lid?
No, I
or-
want to see what happened.
So there's
Okay, the chain is gone.
But I'm still
Nothing's
There's
erupting from
a
it.
crazy wings one.
The
I think
room
that's a good call.
glowing.
Sorry, you've got two different conversations going on, one with me and one with just RP, so you guys go. No.
No.
I want to replay.
Do it again!
There's a certain moment, but I'm still not going to the crazy winged one.
That's a good call. There you go.
Sorry, can we... Second, another take, please, another take.
No.
Clapperboard.
Action.
Yeah, Josh, clap again. You're not a monk.
I should have been a monk.
Violent.
Yeah,
Anyway,
look, people's
sorry, Colin.
eyes.
What was your question?
Yes,
Is it glowing?
It's not glowing, no.
No?
Just unchained. You lift the lid. Make a strength check.
It's going to be classic poison coming out from
Yeah.
underneath the
22.
22.
face method.
So as you lift it up, thank you for the background music.
It was Unchained Melody. It's not your
Yeah.
fault.
There you go. As you lift it up, the side, because it is a sort of flat, like that, it is the flat.
Like a sarcophagus, yeah.
Kind of, yeah, like a sarcophagus. But it's, in terms of the attitude that it's sitting at, you lift it up at the bottom, and the wall at the bottom drops down and reveals a staircase.
Damn it! The plot thickens.
Much like the blood.
And it's already thick
Yeah, I
enough
just
to stand
flip
a
it off
spoon.
then.
Crashes into the side wall of the cellar.
I was really hoping that was the end.
Not it.
Okay.
At this point, the fear wears off, George.
Did the wings wear off as well?
The wings are gone, yeah. Your spore lasts for 10 minutes, I believe.
Yes, it does.
So you're fine.
And I'm still concentrating on.
Hunter's Mark only lasts for a minute, I believe.
Hunter's Mark is an hour.
In which case, you're still
pretty sure.
concentrating on it.
Yeah, up to an hour.
There you go. In which case, you can use, if you come into combat, use your bonus action to do it again.
Does anyone need any healing?
That would be appreciated. That giants. So hit me very hard in the front and the back.
Okay. In which case, I'm going to be a little bit selfish and use Kalatar's a level 3 healing word
Jesus Christ.
to say.
George, my friend. Pick an accent. Fucking
That
hell.
was a good French accent.
I know, right? Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. That only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. Third level, healing word.
14
Nice.
HP back.
That'll do that one.
Oh, that was a wordy one,
Stop
sorry.
sounding like you were telling me about puberty and then just philosophical.
Stop thinking about women. Go after women. In Kelatar parlance, he would probably have it something like that. Anyway, so
I
yes,
will head down the staircase.
leading down the staircase.
I'll
Okay,
follow Lyra.
alrighty.
I'll follow the women.
All right. So if we could please put them all into a marching order, going down the stairs.
Sure thing.
So George was third. Lyra was second. Lyra was first. Asher was second. The blood giant is dead, so I'll have him back.
No, he's on our side now.
Yes, that's
Yeah, use
That's
your
how
animate
this
dead on
works.
him.
That's to remind you about Hunter's Marks.
It's like Pokemon, you know.
Cedric.
I'll have those guys, and I will be near the backish. if not
Inspiration
back.
lasts for 10 minutes.
It does, yes.
So I've still
Cedric
got
should
my
have revived
I'll
the giant. Skin and bone.
I'll go ahead of Cedric.
Okay.
Yeah, what happened there?
The base is just slot
It's
in.
like
They
a
don't stick
peg
in.
in that
It's
thing.
so that they don't snap off like Vessett's did in the
That's a
bag.
good one. That's a good idea.
And Adrenalis will go at the back.
behind Skin and Bones.
Behind Skin and Bones. Alright, so you make your way down into this descending tunnel that leads below the temple, out of the sarcophagus, goes about 30 feet down, and curves away towards the central finger. As it opens out, it becomes quite smooth, almost like a slide. So I'm going to say make a dexterity check, everyone, as you're going down this.
Check or save.
Check. It's like acrobatics, to be generous.
Oh no, never mind. Don't worry about it.
Oh, and also for Skin and Bones, please, Ross.
Sure thing. I will just roll.
Low DC, low DC, low DC.
That's okay. I'm just going to do my things because
You do you. Let's go from this
Yeah.
side. Asher,
We calling it athletics.
acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
It was definitely not
Doesn't
athletics.
matter. So 17.
17.
19.
24.
10?
All of Cedric's friends.
Cedric gets a 14. Kalatar gets a 6. Skin gets I think it's a +2 for skeletons and a +1. No, nothing for zombies.
So that way around or it's the other way around?
I think the zombies. I'd imagine zombies. So it's I rolled a 9 and a 1.
Natural one.
Yes.
Nice.
Skeleton was first.
Skellington, yes, +2. Zombie, -2.
Oh, okay.
Zombie
gets negative. Yeah.
I have the dexterity of a dead zombie.
Yeah.
As
Or
also,
put it another way, a zombie.
No, this one's dead now.
well, you rolled a natural one, as did Drenalis. So the two at the back
Oh, okay. Yeah.
take out.
Wow.
They slip on as it gets
Lyra
in
at the
slope,
front
and
rolled the best.
yep, and it just you can see it coming. That's why everyone else not so sure, and it just takes everyone out.
Jump.
Sure, make an athletics check
Brace
to
yourself
jump.
against the wall.
Athletic.
Yeah.
24.
You jump up. Fuck! Hit your head on the ceiling, but everyone passes underneath you, which you sort of
Worth it.
hold yourself onto the side. You're now at the back of the queue as everyone else falls prone
Yeah.
into a pile
You're
at
at
the
the
bottom.
bottom of the
Worth.
Essentially, yeah.
That's a lot of damage.
She's just there. in
With
that
George
armor.
A
Like-
snowball of 6 people
This is
falling down a
cozy
hill.
stuff in all day.
You all take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, apart from Asher, who reacted quickly enough to do something about it.
Dodge!
It's not an attack.
You
Evasion?
can't dodge with your
Sorry?
Evasion?
Not a dexterity save.
It was a dexterity save.
It was an
It was
acrobatics
a
check.
fail.
Wasn't a saving throw, it was a check.
You're trying.
He was a lot more lenient when I was doing it. I dodged
Roll for
anything.
persuasion against the DM.
Sure,
What's that?
disadvantage. You fail.
Do it. Do it. For the double 20s.
Yeah, have you added 2 extra natural ones to the...
I did for me. Is it, oh yeah, and then
Because
you
I
did for
rolled
you.
as well for
That would
Joanna's.
have been a 22 on persuasion, even
Ah.
with disadvantage.
Oh, that's a shame. So, as you all are at the bottom of this, you now have a look around. You all do have dark vision now, because Fina has cast it on herself. She's used 2 second level spell slots.
Oh, right. Okay. Is that all I've used though? Because
That's all
Yes.
I'd marked off you, yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
you
'cause you
used
didn't
them
take
using
a-
cantrips, and you didn't actually go into fights. But you used
We
2
left
second
you
level,
upstairs.
trying to cast dark vision on yourself through the apparatus and failed once.
yeah, fair enough.
It now opens out into another
As well.
40-foot across circular chamber, which appears to be some sort of research area. There are books scattered around, diagrams of the skeletal structure of various creatures pinned to the walls, next to a bookshelf that has been carved fully into a wall, that is just crammed full of books. And there is a separate shelf over to one side which includes a bunch of knickknacks, some various carved pieces, what looks like statuary of a god, carved left hand sitting just made out of some sort of onyx stuff, and a single bag, leather bag, through the side of Kafina's head.
I'm still coming down the stairs.
The slide. Slowly making your way down the slide, using Shatterfang to
I'm waiting
sort
for
of balance
everyone else to
yourself.
get off me.
You
When I
wait.
get down to the bottom,
You're
I
going
want
to
the
be
bag.
eating your man.
Oh. Sorry, and I'll climb up.
Yeah, because you've got Cedric on top. Cedric and 2 skeletons, which is
Yeah,
With
if you think you've got
skeleton
it
and
bad, Fiona had Cedric on top of her.
Kafina's squashed between Cedric and Kelatar, so it's not really a great day for Kafina.
Still the 2 men I prefer to be squished between.
That's fair.
Hey,
Eventually,
don't
you all
forget skin and bones.
eventually you all get off each other, and
Get
you
each
are
other
surrounded.
Does George need a little coaxing? Because Fee's more than happy to shock him in there.
George never needs any coaxing.
I am
He's
so-
always raring to go.
Oh, I'm so hurt from the fight in that pool. I don't think I can get up.
I think you can get up.
Stab him. Stab him.
Durenalis puts his hand on your shoulder and just pulls you to your feet.
Thank you, Journalist.
Yes. Just glares at you.
Well, I think we all know what I'm going to do.
As you eventually come out of the sun, as you move towards it, you hear a voice that says, "I wouldn't touch that."
Fuck off, I want it.
Appearing from one of the other bookshelves at the side.
So, was it actually heard that voice and we just heard us shouting, fuck off, I want that.
Yeah.
And it's you.
Did we all hear the...
You all heard the voice, yes,
Oh,
because it's
okay.
coming from from one of the other bookshelves on the far side of the room. You can just see a couple of creatures emerging from there, appearing from behind this bookshelf, which is sort of folded back, revealing a passageway. There's a sort of skeletal humanoid in long robes inlaid with light runes and bands, just sort of, the colour of which is difficult to see, wielding a staff as he walks towards you. A woman with long black hair and similar robes holding a vicious-looking whip with barbs at the end of 2 tails extending from it. A dagger and a skull at her hip. And a pair of skeletons with what looked like black burning fire in their chest cavity, all stepping out and staring
Ain't
at
got
you.
nothing on the skin and bones.
Yeah, look who we've brought with
I
us.
have a question.
Yes,
I can use a bow since I'm already concentrating on Hunter's
make a
Mark.
concentration check because you took damage.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, you only have to roll a 10.
Why you?
And I fail.
Why would you jinx it?
Yeah.
That
you
is
can't.
on you. On him. Remember that.
What was your question? Sorry.
Pointless now.
The answer to your question would have been yes, you could have done, but
My question was, does transferring it
cost a bonus action.
no?
Is
does
it
it verbal?
No, it's
it
just
says
concentration.
You just use a bonus action.
Yeah, it's non-verbal. It's
So
just
if I had maintained concentration, I
Yeah.
could have done that
Thanks, Connor.
probably without them noticing.
there you go.
Man, that sucks, man.
So yes, they're just all standing there. The two skeletons slowly making their way around the side of the room with the man and the woman standing there.
Are we just standing there while we're letting them shamble about?
They're
Or is-
moving slowly, but you haven't done anything yet. Are you? What are you doing?
Getting to my
Surrender
feet
and we
making
won't
sure
blow
my
you up.
Shields up and stuff.
Make an intimidation check.
So-
A disadvantage because you're a tiny halfling.
Yeah, I guess I don't seem that threatening, but if they knew me,
Who are you
they'd be
saying that to?
the people that just emerged out of the bookshelf.
Okay, he didn't help me there.
What, you want me to threaten you?
No, we threatened someone specific.
All of them.
I mean, could be worse. Not by much, but could be worse.
What's the 2?
3.
6.
Could have been anywhere between
Becomes a 10.
10. Just shrugs and looks at you.
Do I think that this thing in the middle of the room is the thing that I want? Or does it look suspiciously like the thing she's got at her hip?
Make an intelligence check.
10.
It's not in the middle of the room. It's on a shelf somewhere.
Yeah, no, I was just wondering if I was
Yeah.
going to play T-ball with it.
Was there any verbal response to me threatening them?
Nope, just looking at you.
Does
Judge.
anyone else think we should just attack them?
No.
No.
Roll initiative.
We should just
I
always.
was
threaten.
just going to say, right, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the rogue skeleton.
Well, I'm going to say we're going to be rolling initiative at this point.
Always
they were-
attack.
Oh
They
my
always
god,
attack
just
us.
stop it!
I know.
Another crit?
How
Another
often
crit
do we meet
for
NPCs outside a
initiative.
city who don't attack us? We meet NPCs in cities who attack us, so...
That's
what
plus
he's
one.
done.
Oh, wait,
Plus
why am I
one to the
rolling 2
crit
dice?
for Connor.
This is dumb.
Is a
Another
good
crit
crit?
for it. No,
Nice.
it's not a good crit.
It's actually not a good crit.
No, because I don't get to go first anyway.
Oh, so it is a good crit. Okay.
This is like the most painful drink of Coke I've ever had in my entire life.
What? It's so
But
cold.
you're not stopping. You're
No,
just
I'm
going-
just trying to defrost it one bit at a time.
You could just get one of the other bottles out.
They're the same
They're
problem.
Frozen.
If anything,
Yeah,
those are
that's
worse because there's more
frozen.
liquid in them.
Yeah.
So, these are...
I regret my choice.
That's her. And him.
We also should have had a long rest.
Skeleton 1. You
Short
would
rest.
not have had a long rest at this
Sorry,
point.
short rest, I meant. Short rest.
I'm going to come around here. Breaking the fourth wall!
I was gonna be like,
You
what's that lyric? You want a short rest?
Oh, I've got to switch.
And I was trying to wait. I was trying to do it while you were having a drink, so like it's really obvious.
Short
you're not saying
rest
it.
doesn't.
It gets our health points back up. I'm down to below half.
So am I.
I've only taken.
TPK. here
Yes,
we
but when you guys are on half, it's not that bad. When I'm on half, I'm 1 hit away from dying. I'm 1 hit away from dying even when I'm on 4.
Here we go.
I did ask if anyone needs any healing.
Huh?
Did ask that question.
What?
If anyone needs any healing.
Oh, I did. I said, oh, me.
Oh,
But I
sorry.
don't- Because
No.
That was before we took some more damage and went downstairs.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
No, that's cool. I thought you might not have, or just not have had the economy for it. But...
I mean, Kalatar literally just has spell slots to burn right now. He's used 1.
So, everyone rolled initiative?
Yeah.
25 to 20.
21.
20.
21 20. Let's just see if they. Oop. Okay, well, that's handy. 22 15.
18.
18 for Ash.
16.
16 for Kafina. Going after. Let me just check with these guys. Ooh, that's impressive. Actually, they go there.
Oh, thank you.
We've got 17.
I'm trying not to cough this whole time. I really need a drink.
So do I. That one goes there.
Looks
That
like
one
you
goes
got
there.
it.
10 to 15. If you could possibly roll this column. Wow. 10 to 15. No. 10 to 5.
Yes.
I mean, Joanna has got 11, so he's there.
Kalatar has 6. Cedric has 5.
Wow.
And skin and bones.
Oh, do they attack to my turn, or do we actually?
We'll say they go after your turn
Sure.
to make it easier.
Yeah.
Also, apologies for people who just got a massive close-up view of my hand whilst I was sorting out the initiative trackers. So, top of the round.
Some people like that.
You're into that shit.
I will bonus action put Hunter's Mark on the rogue skeleton at the back.
Yes, he is the one with the red base.
Yeah.
Have you still got the Hunter's Mark ring there
I
somewhere?
passed over to remind that you had Hunter's Mark.
Just wrap it underneath him.
Why is
Lift him
he at the front?
Because Kafina got off first.
And then Lyra will approach him.
Yep.
But from your left, I guess, from my right, so that she's between him and the skeleton, rather than between him
5, 10, 15, 20,
A
25,
little bit left.
30,
My left, sorry.
30.
I didn't realise she was that far back.
She's
I thought
literally
she
the
was-
last one.
Because she was at the bottom of the pile, at the bottom of the slides.
5, 10,
Oh,
15,
she'll
20,
just go
25.
straight-
If you go
straight into
straight,
him.
she'll
She'll
get.
just go straight
okay.
into him then. Finesse, what's that?
It's a
Excuse
kind
me.
of weapon.
And then she will make 2 attacks.
It's also
Go for it.
But
You
not
do
at
have-
disadvantage.
Do you have advantage?
I
Yes.
do have advantage.
Because it hasn't made a turn yet, so.
Oh my god.
That is not quite a crit. That is a 24 to hit.
That will do it, yeah.
And that is 12 points of slashing damage.
12 points of slashing damage. Nice. Let me just check something real fast. Okay, they are magical, so that's fine.
My attacks are not magical.
Oh, in which case, that
I'm using.
strike that comes across him does no damage.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'll say your D6 for Hunter's Mark would do damage, because that's
That was-
magical.
1.
Ooh, wounded him slightly.
Oh, since I am where I am, I'll try and attack against the woman instead.
Go for it. Also at advantage.
That is a 22 to hit.
That will hit her.
Nice.
8 points of damage.
Okay, and as you cut across her, doesn't appear to do as much to her. Still hurts her, but it doesn't appear to do as much, so she is resistant to non-magical.
This is going to suck so hard.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea. George.
And my turn's too late. That's annoying. I can't sanctuary you because
Yeah,
your turn's directly after.
I'm going to draw my spear and come across and attack the skeleton that is on your left.
Okay, so coming across towards me.
Yeah.
That's
like, I
Skeletor.
can't
Purple
think
base.
you- yes.
There he is.
Yeah.
Other way, towards me.
Sorry, excuse me.
There. Yeah.
And stab it with my spear.
I need to
Mhm.
stage right and stage left.
DM left or DM right.
Yeah.
That's a 17
17 does hit. Roll damage.
with sneak attack. He does not have his friends now.
Correct.
Let's do more.
Please do.
Wow.
Do better.
1, 2, 4, 6, 10, 13, 18 piercing and 1 cold damage.
So dealing 1 point of cold damage.
You were doing that last round without sneak attack.
So as you cut into him, you find it difficult to get purchased because he's just skin and bones. It passes through, cuts into the sort of the burning fire that's in his chest, but does very little damage to the actual bone skeletal structure itself, so it's resistant to piercing damage. Good to know. But not cold damage, which the other guy was immune to.
Who wants to bet these two spellcasters have level 9 spells?
No one.
Yeah, and I'm going to come back, use my remaining movement to come back and hide behind Asher, basically.
Okay, so you're going to step back behind, toward, in line with Joanna's. Can't you just move him back? Because, yeah, that's about as far as you got. Use a lot of your movement. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, you can go back in line with Joanna's. Right the way back. There you go. Mobile feet. In case anyone asked. Alright.
It doesn't seem to do that much.
Alright. On his... At that point, it becomes the lair actions.
suck.
So, the Hierophant is going to just focus down on grasping the holy symbol that burns around his chest and focus out at each of his eyes. And each of their weapons seems to glow with this sort of necrotic but divine essence, sort of like a black light that just surrounds it, giving them advantage. Asher, you're up.
Rage.
You are raging.
Helping out Lyra.
Go for it.
Reckless.
Yarp.
22.
22 will hit, yeah.
$25 points.
25 points of damage.
6 radiant.
Nice. You come across it the first time the blade slash into him.
22 again.
Yeah, that hits.
19 points.
19 points of damage. Nice.
That's
Second strike comes in, cutting across him. At the end of his turn, he's going to use a legendary action to use his Unholy Smite. So that is a melee attack against you. You weren't reckless, were you?
Yes.
Oh, you were. Fantastic. No, I'll keep that. That went poorly. That was a 7 and a natural 15. So, yeah, that'll hit. That's an unnatural 20. As he swings out with his... I don't know what he's got with his staff.
I've only took 3 points of damage so far. Good.
2d8. You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, halved to 4. And 3 points of necrotic damage. That's already rounded, but it was 6 rounded down to 2, because down to 3 because you're half resistant. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
22.
You're fine.
19.
Fuck you.
I have a high whiz.
Yeah, you do. Alright, that ends his turn. Brings us to the shadow skeletons. The first one is going... The one closest to you, Ross, is going to go around... it's not going to go that far, actually. He's going to fire his finger darts at Kafina.
Damn it.
This actually, his fingers come off.
Yeah, they do. He just
I know,
fires off the finger
I know
bones.
which character you're thinking of from Naru.
No, this is actually a thing. This is in here.
Well, then that person was.
And
I know
we
who
did
you're thinking
everyone. Jared's first
Anime
reference to an
reference.
anime on the stream.
So we're gonna have that as a separate track. We've got natural 20s, natural ones, anime references.
Anime. Oh, I should actually have an anime reference.
Tom making references to films no one else has seen.
Yes.
Yeah,
that hasn't happened yet today.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
It's
It
just
will
not-
happen.
Once
It's
on
not a-
Monday.
it's not a
9.5
Comment
hours.
jinxing
And now you're
us.
known for it, so let that be a
I
lesson.
don't know. That seems to happen a bit.
So as it fires its finger at you,
Really.
you take 4 points of piercing damage
Ross and smutty choice.
and 6 points of necrotic damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Come on.
Oh, I forgot I had advantage on this attack. Yeah, it doesn't
Almost
matter.
dead. Leave
Doesn't
me
matter.
alone.
Well, it sucks to be you.
Be better.
Don't worry, I'm right behind you, buddy.
What am I doing?
Con save.
Saving.
Con save. Nice. 14.
14. Okay, you're fine.
I hate it when creatures have that ability. It's like, it's nothing or horrendous.
It's then going to shoot its finger darts. This one's going to shoot at Georges because you stabbed it. A natural 1 and a natural 5, so that's a 10. Misses.
Misses.
You're too busy ducking behind Kelatar.
They miss me.
Don't add the 1 to it because it doesn't count, as it was said.
Gotcha.
Advantage roll. That will end its... do you know what? It's going to move up behind... No, it's not. It's going to stay where it is. Brings us to the Hierophant's turn. He is going to cast... yeah. He's mean. He wants to kill
Is it not
bitches.
Kafina's turn?
Sorry?
No, I guess the first tag there is for the 2 skeletons.
That's the 2 skeletons and then the Hierophant.
So, who's the 5th enemy there?
The layer action.
Duranalis, the vampire, and the lair action.
Ah.
Yeah, that's for me more than anything else.
Okay.
Okay, I need 4 Cedric, Kafina, Skin, Bones, and Gerenalis to make dexterity saving throws.
I knew about you saying my duties.
Alright,
Indeed.
guys. Sorry, I'm pretty much dead now.
We're the only group who can't counter spells. Right?
Yep.
I can, but
You
if
can
I do, I blow us up. So.
You can try.
No.
He's casting Flame Strike on you, so you may want to. It's up to you.
I mean, oh, wait, which one is it? It's the one.
The
right next
Lich. The guy who's got ash
Oh,
on his
fine.
face.
I'll cast it then.
Okay, so roll your d6. Sorry, roll your Arcana check
I
first
will
of all.
hold fire on. In fact, I'll keep the 2.
Well, first of all, what level are you casting it at?
Um,
Because this will make a difference. Because theoretically, you could cast it as a 4th level, if you wish.
I mean, alright, fine. I can't use my 4th level spells in my 4th level spell in here anyway. It's too cramped.
Clamped.
Yeah, so I'll roll it up.
4th level.
Wait, cocked. Come on. Oh, come on.
That's what that was.
Yeah, no, I failed. I didn't cast counterspell.
Okay, so instead of what was you roll? What did you roll? Sorry, words.
I rolled a 3, which is a 10.
Oh yeah, definitely didn't work.
Yeah.
I can't wait to die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're fine.
You let Luke talk you
You're
into
fine,
it.
right?
I know.
Roll a d4,
You played right into his trap.
because technically you are targeting him. Because
2.
2.
Oh yeah, you are targeting him, not yourself.
So as you do, you throw out your hands and throw something out, hoping, praying. The energy surges through the apparatus, and as if keyed into your mind, 4 mephits appear.
Yeah.
Conjure minor elementals.
Wow, you summoned allies?
Wait, hang on. It's 8.
4 more appear.
They were on a delay.
The elevator only fits 4.
There's only 3.
at a time.
There's only 3 types I can cast.
We'll say they're dust for here. I think it's dust ones that you can summon.
I mean, it's smoke, steam, and mud.
Steam, we'll say for you.
Alright.
They're all
Makes
steam
sense.
methods appear.
Cool.
Just these.
They're on our side, right?
On the other hand,
For now.
we have Flame Strike to deal with.
Oh yeah.
Where
So-
do they appear? Because they're about to just die.
Around
They're
you
actually
guys.
tiny creatures, so they...
They are surrounding the Lich. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way. The Hierophant and the Vampire.
It's
Oh,
good
right.
if they die, actually, because they also then explode.
No, if you break concentration, they just vanish. They don't
no,
explode.
he said if they die.
If they die, but they're not appearing around you.
No,
They're
I
around
know.
them. So yes, Flame Strike. So dex saves from Cedric and his posse.
Everyone over
Cohort. Yeah, I've done. Do you want them?
Yes, please.
Cedric is a 14, Kalatar is a 23, Bones is a 16, and Skins is 11.
So Kalatar succeeds.
Oh god.
Everyone else fails because the DC was 17.
Wunderbar.
Wait, no, I rolled
You're out,
17.
you're out of the range. Okay, so you just succeed.
I succeeded anyway.
You take
You
half
weren't you weren't there. So
It's still good.
Gerenalis fails.
Hang on,
Yeah.
Kalatar's in the range, but George is.
No, Kalatar isn't in the range.
Oh, my bad then.
So Kalatar doesn't do anything. He avoids the Flame Strike.
Sure, I mean he avoided it anyway, I guess. So.
So
How could you roll the avoid it entirely?
So 7 points of fire damage. I rolled really badly on that one. And
I've got 4 characters to keep.
You did that. You did that.
You did all of this.
Yeah, besides now I've got a
12
die.
points of radiant damage. So 19 to each of your guys.
Sure, that probably kills Skin and.
Skin,
Oh,
bones.
that's like 22 health points.
You got a player's handbook. You find find their stats.
Do I have to? Play
You succeeded, didn't you? So you take half of that. 17 down to 10.
So it's 19.
19, sorry.
19 deaths.
Yes, it was 19. Sorry,
And
19 down to 10.
spores drop.
17 was the AC.
There you go. Gerenalis fails, so he takes
22
17.
HP for zombies.
Okay. 20, so Bones is on.
Still got the methods.
Yeah.
3 HP.
He didn't lose concentration.
Nice.
Skeleton's dead.
Okay, and Skin's dead.
Skeleton's dead.
Definitely.
So
13.
Bones is gone, Skin is still there.
Those
13
two
hit
kill
points for a
those
skeleton.
4 guys, and then I'm going to run up the stairs. You guys can handle it from here.
You're all
Alrighty.
used to us just being up the stairs maintaining concentration.
For the sake of ease, I'm just going to put a D8, which is just indicating
The problem is
methods.
I didn't
How many
realise
methods
until
there are.
you
Yeah.
told us. I mean,
Actually, I'll
was
use
thinking
D10s.
of
It's a
spells.
swarm of methods.
Just 8. Yeah, I'm just going to put them all. They're all occupying a single space.
They're all in
Just a
his
swarm-
face, you can't see. Oh my god.
Just a swarm of a D8 worth of methods. A D10 even. Kafina, you're up. Die quietly.
Use steam methods.
I yell out to my methods, kill them, and I point to the two skeletons. Well, the enemies, basically.
Do they go on your turn or do they go afterwards? They have their own initiative.
They have their own initiative.
Roll initiative for them.
Yeah, luckily I've still got the page for them up from months ago when I first discovered that spell. They are just 13.
13. That will come in before... after Geronalis. Their methods. So yeah, bear that in mind. You'll deal with methods when they come to it. So I don't know where the rest of my initiative dragons are gone. So many things happening, guys.
I'm
Boy, oh
then
boy.
going to run up the stairs.
Okay.
Wait, hang on.
It's
run.
a slide.
Right, so I'm going to carefully ascend the slide.
Make an acrobatics check.
Um.
Essentially difficult terrain moving up a slide.
Oh, is it?
But this is acrobatics. See whether or not you don't fall on your face. and
Okay, no.
slide back down.
Instead of doing that, I'm going to bonus action meta magic, buy a second level spell slot.
There you go.
Main action rope trick. Movement action, get in my rope hole.
Sure, you climb up into the rope trick. Fine. At the end of your turn, the Lich is going to use a legendary action to cast.
Legendary actions, lair actions,
Lich
secondary
and
actions,
vampire.
bonus actions.
Actually, do you know what he's going to use too? To do damnation
Multiple reactions.
on.
He's board wiping us.
I was going to say, that's too black and too generic. It's board wiping.
He's going to do damnation on Asher. Make a wisdom saving throw.
$16.
16. You are frightened.
Oh, him.
Of him. Yeah.
Just means I can't get any closer.
And with disadvantage on attack.
Attacks
roll.
against him are at disadvantage.
No, attacks.
No, all attacks are at
All
disadvantage.
attacks are
Pop that on Asher for me, please, for fear.
It's not long until when I rage. That just can't happen.
Damn.
You're already raging.
Yeah, it's a level thing, I think.
I should have changed what my commands were. I forgot
Are you
how to
immune
do
to
this.
fear?
Different barbarian type. That is the Berserker.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking charmed.
A different different barbarian type. That's his action. This brings us to the vampire's turn. She regains the hit points that she took damage for. Because vampires.
I hope she's going to start talking at some point because you had so much practice with the vampire accent on Monday.
I cannot do female vampire. That's kind of terrible. It's just French.
Yeah, what the heck?
She is going
Was a
to.
foul.
Okay. Yeah. Cedric, make a wisdom saving throw.
What up?
And she uses her bewitching gaze.
Berserker.
Woohoo! 25.
You're fine. As she looks you in the eyes lovingly and does nothing.
I don't know it's lovingly. I'm
You
just
just have the
Blake
flavour of a
Lord.
whore.
You're
The
not
fa-
sure I'm not even a vampire. Love.
She will then use.
Wow. I think you take some fire damage from that bird.
Okay, she's going to attack you, Lyra,
Yeah.
because you are right in front of her and you stabbed her. No, that's a natural 2 plus 6. Nope. So she is going to. She's going to use the scourge again because she can't hit. She's going to hit you once. So this is her whip. Weird thing. That makes so many decisions. That is an unnatural 20 to hit.
Miss.
nice.
What's your AC now?
21 with my shield.
Nice. Alright.
Hey, it's paying off, guys.
That ends her turn. Brings us to Geronimo. For fuck's sake, Geronimo's. He is going to.
Yeah,
Fuck
don't worry,
it.
I'm
Steel Wind Strike.
Yeah.
Finally!
Yay.
He might do something.
Skeletons. Natural 1. Fuck you.
I love it when the NPCs on our side have
Vampire. Plus 8, 15 misses. Damn it. Lich. 11 misses. Other skeleton. Another natural 1. What the fuck?
So that's 2 natural ones to add to the tally.
As
I
he
will
just
do
sort
that
of
now.
appears behind the skeleton, just sort of misses, blinks out, appears behind the vampire, goes to stab her, hits the chainmail, just glances off it, goes to the lich, who parries it away, and just lands next to the other skeleton. Man, that leaves us round for a 5th level spellcaster.
I mean, he hasn't done anything the entire time we've been in this.
I know, right? He's done some, but not
No,
lots.
he's made like intelligence checks as a wizard and it's been like,
He will also use his blades on, because he can. Brings us to Kilotar. Oh yeah, the Mephits.
Oh yeah.
Howdy.
Mephit time.
Yeah, so
Mephit.
Now-
Mephit real good.
from their position, could they 15-foot cone without hitting my allies?
No.
Okay. I'm just going through. They've got attacking with their claws.
Sure.
I'll just roll for. I mean, they're all going on the same guy, so we'll just see.
All
how
going for the
many-
Lich, okay.
Yeah, so we'll just see how many of them get enough.
Sure. What's their modifier?
+2.
No. So you want anything that's higher than a 12.
So
Also,
Total
Are
of
there claws,
12 on the dice.
Do their claws count as magical weapons?
they're magical beings.
I would assume so. So that's 5. Whoops.
Usually a creature.
They will
box
specify
says
whether
that
they have got
it's-
magical, which I
It
don't.
says claws melee weapon attack. It would do slashing damage and fire damage, but no, it just says melee weapon attack.
So they are not
But
magical.
if it's
It's
doing
fire.
fire damage,
The fire damage will do stuff to it.
Okay.
It's a minimum of 8 points.
So shall I just times what I roll for one attack
Well-
by 5, or roll that many?
Well,
damage
so
die?
how many things hit, first of
5.
all? So what did you roll on those dice?
19, 16, 17, 14, and 13.
Nice, okay, yeah, they all hit +2, so his AC's 14, so yeah.
Yep, cool.
So,
Mischief, Silver, Striker.
So it's a D4 slashing and a D4 fire. Shall I roll for each, or just roll 2D4s and times it by 5?
well, you're just doing fire damage, because the slashing does not work.
So I'm just going to roll the
5d4s.
5D4s, yeah.
Yeah,
Might as well.
slashing, you mean slashing damage, they are not magical creatures.
Cool.
They're made of fire, but they're not magical.
6, 10, 15.
15? Okay.
15 fire
It's not
damage.
Not bad.
For free.
bad at all.
For free.
Yeah.
It's the fire. Each time just burning against the sort of mottled skin that is still remaining on his hand. He's not happy about this. At the end of his turn, he's going to. At the end of their turn, he's going to use a legendary action.
Isn't he already used 3?
He's used 2.
Use 2 on me.
Oh, let's
He
be
had
honest.
his turn
Let's be honest, he
6.
probably has 6.
Oh,
at the
he
start,
used
so.
1.
He used well, he
After-
used 2 earlier to use his touch, but then he's had his turn, then he used another
I
6.
don't know what
He's
you're
got as
arguing.
many legendary actions as he like.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. There's no point arguing. There could be legendary actions for years.
It's going to cast Toll the Dead on. Mira seems like the biggest problem at the moment. Wisdom saving
Really?
throw. Well, actually, no. Do you know what?
Don't do anything.
Do you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, you're right. Fuck it. He's going to attack the. He's going to Toll the Dead on 1 Mephit.
Alright.
I mean, the methods are a problem.
What are they meant to do?
So it's a Wisdom saving throw.
Hey, that method hasn't took any damage, so it's the lesser damage.
It's a D8 rather than a D12.
18.
Success. Fuck you. All right, Kalatar.
Screw your legendary action.
That was the best swerve you've done all.
Kalatar is going to, guys,
Oh, hello. Camera's falling. Sorry. Okay.
do
There we
Frenzied
go.
Bolt.
Okay.
Now, remind me, if I do a level higher,
It creates an extra bolt.
cool, I will do
No,
that.
increases the
No, it
ricochet,
doesn't.
doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
No?
It creates an
So-
extra bolt, but each creature can only be hit by 1 bolt. So depends on how many ricochet. So what's he doing? Casting at
He's going to cast it at the Biatch with the whip.
what level?
He's going to cast it at level 3,
Okay.
both at the Biatch with the whip.
Move at Biatch with lip.
Can you please tell me how any of these spells
So
work?
it's going to be D20 attack rolls.
Yeah, sure. That always works well for me. Oh, that does work well. There's 23 for one of them.
What was the number on the dice?
It was a 15 on the die.
So it bounces.
Okay, and then the second attack was
Targeting whom?
both of them were attacking
They
her.
It can only be
attack
targeted by
one person.
one thing. So each
So you
raid.
have to target something
Gotcha.
else.
I will attack the other one then. The one.
lich.
The lich. Yeah.
Okay, the Hierophant.
Okay. Sorry. I need
Against
to-
him was.
a 13 on the die
So they both ricochet.
plus 8. Which
They
I
both
imagine
they both hit.
So they both ricochet.
So they now are going towards the skeletons, I assume.
Yes.
So roll another D20 for each of them.
That was a 10, so that'd be 18.
Does not ricochet. Does hit.
and then the other one is an 8, which is another 8, so that's 16.
Also hit, so they hit only those guys. So roll
So you hit all the enemies.
roll 3d8 and a
I
d10.
suppose the methods can serve as fodder for.
Yeah, there's good too.
We've all
Like a
done the
show.
same.
Yeah, and what's
Thank
great
you.
is they
Yeah,
explode
just
when
make
they
it
die.
easier.
Oh,
What was on the d10?
the D10 was an 8.
So that would be it would be psychic.
Rolled a grand total with 3d8 of 6.
6 points of
A 4 and 2 1s.
6 points of psychic damage. Are any of them resistant to psychic in any way?
God damn it.
Nothing's resistant to psychic.
Very little is resistant.
Yeah, I think there's like 1 or 2.
They are not. So 6 points of psychic damage.
My guess is mind flayer.
Why can't I roll damage? I don't
I'm not sure. I
understand.
don't think they are. I'm not high enough to see out.
Maybe even totem barbarian.
And then he will
No, no, no.
inspire.
No, that's the one thing then.
How many's he got left? Okay,
Yes.
Still good. He's good. He will inspire. Lyra still has one. Does George have one?
No.
Then, in fact, sorry. It would be Asher actually. Yeah. Sorry, Asher's in melee.
Asher! We can never obtain peace in the outer world until we make peace with ourselves.
I'm trying. Trying to revive this guy I've never
Cedric.
met.
Right, that's his turn done. Cedric's in. He is going to cast a 4th level moonbeam because he's done with just standing around not doing anything
Sure.
else.
Where's he dropping it?
Can he drop it here?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
And prepare to hit allies.
Oh no, wrong one. That is a 19.
19. Okay, you can position.
Wait.
so you position.
Not that matters, but that is a 21 because
What?
shield gives me
Advantage on
advantage on
perception.
perception.
Yes,
And you
'cause
always
you-
forget. So I was trying to.
No, you don't have that shield. That shield's not here. That's back in the Sylvan Chateau.
It's a different shield.
That is a different. Okay,
This is
but
just
the
a
original
shield.
one anyway. That's fine. I mean,
Which
it
was a
made
19,
Anyway.
so
No,
it's fine.
wouldn't it have been in the bags of holding?
No, because the
That
shield is
bag.
too big for a bag for a handbag.
Oh,
Hand
right.
satchel is too big.
That's cool. No worries.
We're not going through the what can fit through a sack again.
But can I put my whole arm in?
Sure.
If I had a
in there?
diamond about this big,
Okay, so you can position the moonbeam so it hits only those
That would be
guys.
Wonderbar.
wunderbar, ja.
It will be Zen.
And it starts doing some damage. It's like behind him.
What was it? 4th level.
It was. It is 4d10, not
Put
d8.
that on Cedric, please.
What the fuck is this?
How bad? As I roll my con saves.
4.
Lyra needs one of those as well,
On
by
4d10, I managed to roll 8 points of damage.
Oh my god.
2 1s, a 2 and a 4.
Which they both resist, so they take 4 points of radiant damage.
Time to do some damage.
Slapping it in with a level 4 spell that does 4 points of damage, yo.
That's 1 point per level.
Woo!
That's
That's a comedy.
Lyra's
That's
concentrating as well.
That's maxing it out. Well,
Just, you know,
now that I've basically done bugger all,
Hey,
Um,
on the plus side, it's up for the until
True,
their
true,
turn,
true,
so
true,
that is
true,
going to
true.
help.
I'm gonna bonus action tell Skin to go and attack the nearest skeleton thing.
Sure.
Skeleton fight!
Skin's turn. Well, zombie versus
Zombie
skeleton.
versus skeleton.
Can you
It's the
flash
lesser
versus
sequel
what?
to Zombies
Have the
versus
stats
Plants.
reads for his-
Yeah, what you doing attacks?
Yeah, just an
Other way
attack.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is another sequel.
I've
to
rolled a
Zombies
13 on the
versus
die, so I don't know if his AC is lower than a 13 anyway.
So what's happening? It's attacking.
He's attacking. Zombies attacking.
AC is 13, so
Okay, so
hits.
at least it hits.
Weirdly, these zombies have got swim speed. I don't understand this bullshit.
Plus 3 to hit, it's 1d6 plus 1.
1d6 plus 1 is 4 points of damage.
What type? Bludgeoning?
Yeah.
Is it a slam attack?
No, I think it's
Has he got a weapon? Connor?
It's just a slam.
yeah.
What?
Slam
So it's
attack.
bludgeoning damage. So how much, sorry?
4 points of bludgeoning damage.
4 points of bludgeoning
That's
damage.
pretty
Nice.
good.
Is it just sort of...
That zombie's just done as much as a level 4 spell.
The zombie that was brought up from a level 3 spell. And just
And that's
slams
my,
into it.
my turn done.
Alright, your turn then. Lyra.
Okay.
Hit it again.
Poor boy.
Lyra is going to bonus action Planar Warrior the Hierophant
Okay.
because that
Reasons.
works. Then she's going to use the Clockwork Amulet.
To make it a 10.
which makes it a 16 to hit.
That does hit.
So I
Nice
get a
usage.
D8 and 2d6s worth of force damage, which I don't think it's immune to.
You don't know.
We'll see.
It's going to make you roll it first.
13 points of force damage.
Okay. It does damage. It seems that the blade this time covered with the energy. As you cut into it, it sort of looks the lich looks smugly at you. As the tear just pulls part of its robe and just what's remaining of its flesh just out the side.
Okay. And then she will let out a little, very small, satisfied breath, a sort of, and then make a second attack against the vampire.
Good plan.
That is a 13 to hit.
13 misses. Hits the chainmail that is underneath her dress. Comes across and just cuts across.
Chains as well as whips. It's getting very kinky.
It is. She's got the skull and the dagger on her hip. It's glorious. Anyway, George, you're up.
I dig it.
Unless you're moving.
No!
Got to ask.
What, it's the movie, baby.
Yes.
Sure.
Are you moving into... No. George.
Okay, so when I stabbed the skeleton in the first round, was it like it didn't do anything, or just that it didn't do as much as I thought?
Didn't do as much as you thought, because you're sort of hitting this incorporeal fire that's in its chest rather than the actual thing itself.
Still, at least it's something I can hit, so let's go stab it again.
Sure, go stab a skelly. So, moves up, for the sake of ease, because I assume you're going to move up and then run away again.
Yeah.
Like a
I was
little
about to
whip.
roll with advantage.
Yeah, you don't have that,
No,
but you can stab it.
hopefully.
Nice.
Yeah, with an 18 I probably can.
That'll do it. And sneak attack.
Do better. That's much better.
That's quite a bit better.
Oh, yes,
wow,
that's
that's-
better.
16, 22,
jeez.
23,
28.
28,
It's not added modifiers.
33 piercing and 6 cold.
So 6 cold damage. And then how much?
33.
Down to
16.
16. Yeah. So, again, the piercing doesn't do a lot, but the spear, helpful. Seems to affect it.
Go fizzy hat! And then
Back away. Cool. That brings us to the lair action. Cedric,
fizzy hat! And the angel
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please. Because you're the one who's cast a fucking moonbeam on it. Ugh, that's bad.
That's a 19.
That is a success. So you take half of this damage.
It's a necrotic moonbeam, and it's going to show you how to do real damage.
You take...
5 points of damage.
It's a level 5 spell.
Can't wait till we get to 9th level spells, man. 9
We need Starbeam.
You
9
take
points of
10
damage for-
points of radiant damage. That is halved because you resisted. 10 points of radiant? I
Okay.
need to make a constitution saving throw.
Sure thing. I'm on 13.
This is the Lich trying to do something before he gets mooned to death.
You just need to get 10.
Oh, okay. I got 15.
Oh, you're fine.
10 or higher.
Cool. Brings us to Asher.
Attack the Lich recklessly,
Okay.
so it gives me advantage,
Straight rolls.
because I have pack tactics, and Lyra stood next to me.
Yes. 2 lots of advantage. Yeah. Which is the rule I'm playing in this game. Just 'cause it's easier. It's more fun.
Yeah.
You earn different levels of advantage.
19 on the dice.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
I mean, it just gets rid of that rule that they explicitly wrote into the book that you can't count them up and down.
Pretty much. When it
25
gets
damage.
25.
6
Okay.
radiant.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Do you have the smite then? Oh.
Run out of smite, I think.
We use both your spell slots.
There's 2 6s, so
So that's 24.
24.
Oh, he's fucking dead
Yeah,
again.
24.
How do you want to kill this motherfucker?
You know what? I'm going with a theme today. I'm just gonna cut
Beheading
it
it?
off, yes.
Sure. Head off, dead, gone.
Nice. This guy?
Yes.
Please let this mean that the lair action
Hunters.
as well.
Yeah.
Hunter's Mark, don't forget.
Ah.
Alright, that your turn, Asher?
Yep, didn't even have to use my inspiration.
Brings us to the skeletons. They are both going to...
Collapse.
No. They're going to rush over to Cedric.
Why?
Because you cast a fucking moonbeam.
I've done 4 points of damage, but yeah,
Do they
okay.
even know what a moonbeam is? These are skeletons.
So,
That's about it,
Skin and Durenalis get attacks of opportunity on the one that will...
Yes.
Get one on that one.
No, you're too far away.
Yeah. Is that just coming here?
Yes.
And this one's coming here?
Yep.
I'm probably going down anyway.
Oh, damn.
So, attacks of opportunity from Durenalis and Skin, please, Ross.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Durenalis rolled a natural 2, so that misses.
Can I get the zombie stats again? It's a 16,
That hits.
so it hits.
D6
oh,
plus
D6 plus
D6 plus 1.
Useless.
He's not...
7.
Nice.
More than a
I
moonbeam.
maxed it.
Surely the skeleton should be going after the zombie now.
Nope. Cedric.
It did more damage.
2 attacks against you from the one on my left.
Sure.
A natural 1 and a natural 2.
Ooh!
Get to fuck. The
My
other
armor
one.
is decent as well for once.
So is that another natural one for the
It's another natural 1 for the thing.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
That
I was
is
too busy worrying about dying.
a 19 and a natural 20.
Oh dear. Stop worrying about dying after that's 20 now.
Yeah, don't forget about mine.
When did you do your one?
Just now.
Just killed a
the
lich.
lich.
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of a big
Oh,
thing.
no, I did that one. I already did that one.
It's kind of a big thing, Ross.
So, the crit was the second one. So we'll do the non-crit first. I don't know how many hit points you're on.
Not really.
So that's 10 points of piercing and necrotic damage.
Hold up.
Hold up.
Damn.
Can I mean, again, it's not because I'm playing both characters. Can Kalatar cutting words the non-crit one?
Sure.
Because
He has his reaction.
Cedric is looking haggard.
I'm going to say it's going to be cutting words on the damage rather than the attack, purely because I've already declared the damage roll on it.
Okay.
So you can cutting words for damage if he wants to.
I don't know if it's actually going to be worth it. I was trying to avoid 2 negative death saves on the next attack. It was
How many
more
hit points has he got there?
13 hit points.
Well, it was 10 points of damage, so...
The first one doesn't put him under.
Okay.
This
I mean, I don't mind. I mean, I've called it now, so I'll just take less.
Okay.
Damage, it's fine. I've called it now, so I'll do it.
He's going to say, even death is not feared by one who has lived wisely, which has confused the fuck out of the skeletons. So roll a d8.
Sure.
How many inspirations you got there? Is that it now?
It's got 1 more inspiration. 3?
So drops it down to 7.
Okay.
The crit is
5 points of damage.
15 points of piercing and necrotic damage.
That will knock Cedric unconscious.
And I need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws. So Moonbeam is gone, but this is for different things.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
2 Constitution saving throws.
Yes, please.
One is a 13.
Success.
The other one is that's much lower. An 8. An 8.
8. You are surrounded by a shadowy aura for
Cool.
1 minute.
Nice.
So, you are now on your back.
You have a ring for that.
I do actually. I do have a shadow.
Shadowy aura ring.
This one. A black fuzzy thing.
Oh, right.
So let's put that around Cedric.
Cedric's corpse.
Cedric's
Oh, no.
unconscious body. Brings us to the Lich is dead. Kifina!
Howdy.
You look
So-
down the hole and you can see Cedric lying unconscious.
Yeah, but I'm gonna jump out of the hole and then immediately think fuck to myself because
Yep.
now I can't get back in my hole without getting stabbed. And considering because I know this from previous experience, don't I? When I tried climbing back in my hole with
You
enemies
do know this,
right
yes.
next to it,
Actually,
they
keep up
stabbed
that
me.
on Kafina as well for concentration on the methods.
Yeah. So
rope trick, not a.
Nope.
it's non-concentration. Yeah,
No.
it's a pretty neat spell. Same as mirror image, hence why those are 2 things I use.
How long will the image last for? Is that a minute or 10?
It was a minute. It ran
Okay,
out before
yeah,
we
it's
got
gone.
here. Saying something doesn't take up any of my actions, though, does it?
No.
Cool.
Depends what you say.
I'm just going to say the methods. Protect me and my allies while you kill these assholes. And it's only because I forgot to tell them to protect because they can actually cast blur on us. Which will be very useful in this moment.
Blur on us.
Yeah. they can cast blur on anyone.
That's awesome.
They get one hit, one shot of it, and that's it. So yeah, and
Blur has a range of self.
what? Serious?
Yep.
Damn. All right. Guess hopefully they'll just have to race over and kill these things before they kill me.
Certainly try.
Yeah. All right.
So anyway, that's your speech, free action, whatever. It's your thing.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. So, what I'll do is
Something.
yeah, I will
Fire myself
lightning
more
bolt the guy on this side, stage left, DM left.
I left. Okay.
Yes, I will lightning bolt him with. No, I haven't got enough sorcery points to spell that, so I'll just lightning bolt him. I assume I can hit him without hitting anyone else. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Also, your road trip was in front of Cedric, so yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. Take it.
17.
So that will succeed.
Yes, I'll take some of it.
Take some of it. Good enough. Sorry,
I like
completely.
that you're looking for your 8d6 and you've got like 7 in front of you. Or 6.
6. That's why I need 2 extra. So what do we got here? We've got 10, 20, 29. Half down
15.
to 14. Oh,
15?
Take the 15.
15.
15.
Okay, cool.
That one, as the lightning bolt strikes out, it just hits the core and it just explodes, sending the skeleton bones.
Hey!
Hey! Cool.
We've been working
Lost
on that
stream
for the last
momentarily, by the way.
Have we? Ah, shit.
You lost
What's wrong?
Stream momentarily. That's all.
It's back.
I'm working on getting it back up as we speak.
Okay, we'll keep going.
Perfect. Bonus action. Spell sorcerer ability. I cast a spell that deals lightning damage. I can move 10 feet and
After
disengage
disadvantage,
it.
yes.
Yep. So away from skeleton guy towards Kelatar.
Okay, Connor, if you would.
Oh, thank God. I was like, oh no, I can't Misty Step. I'm out of slots. Whew. Right, I'm good.
Alright, brings us to the vampire's turn. So she is going to start off by healing a little bit. Because vampires.
Oh yeah. Damn.
Did the radiant not stop that from the moonbeam then?
It did not. No, actually, no, that's a good call. It does do that.
No, I don't know what sort of vampire
Hey!
she is, but
Well, that's all vampires. But
Well,
good call.
no.
The
Moonbeam
beam
stopped her healing.
Oh,
because
nice.
she took
You did
any
something!
radiant damage. Is the stream back up?
Let's keep going. Let Ross worry about it. I'm going to do other
Yeah.
things.
Yes.
She is going to use her bewitching gaze against you, Asher. Hi. Make a wisdom saving throw.
20.
Fuck. All right. Fine. It's going to attack you, Lyra.
Oh shit, yeah, I'm not frightened anymore.
Nope.
Because I killed it.
That is a 23 to hit.
That will hit.
So she just sort of slashes across with her whip. So you take 11 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Con save.
Please.
I will use my
Inspiration. Use
Luck.
last
That
character.
is 14.
14. That's a failure.
Yep.
You are bleeding profusely. At the start of your turn, you take 2d6 slashing damage. So mark that up, please.
Yeah, Lyra, have more rings.
For bleeding. And is... Yeah, she's going to make a bite attack against you. Which will not hit. That is a 14.
No.
Sorry for the temporary loss of service, by the way. Hopefully it's all
We are.
okay.
We are back up and we're good.
Hooray. So yeah, we'll try and sort that out on the podcast. We're not sure what happens. Anyway, so yeah, the second one misses. She is then going to use her...
She can
Bonus.
do a lot.
She can. She's going to use her bonus action to cast
Attack, sight, and bonus.
Spiritual Weapon to hit Cedric.
Sure.
Because she's seen him do healing.
He's dead.
Is it a auto hit? Because it's a melee.
No, it's still an attack roll.
Okay.
But that's plus. It's an 18 to hit, so it's an auto crit. So 2 failed death saves.
Yep.
Cedric. I'll put that there for now because she's seen. They knew you were doing healing. Brings us to Duranalis.
Oh, we can skip his turn. He won't do anything.
He is going to.
I think the most he's ever done was he in that arena with us, or was that just someone else?
Nope.
With silver?
Well, what he mainly did was slow forward us when we were falling into the.
Yeah, he did do that.
That was the last good thing he did.
And he missed
he's-
Asher.
He's going to cast haste on Asher.
Going to cast
Haste on Asher.
And then immediately
He's
lose
just done
concentration.
something very, very good.
My AC goes up by 1, guys!
You're now only moderately easy to hit.
And you have an extra.
Harder to hit.
No, easier.
There's a hasted in here somewhere.
I've wanted this all along.
You know there's a
Why has this not been used before?
you know there's boots of haste, right?
Yeah, he's never gonna let me have it.
No, it's random roll when we get to a shop, so they might pop up something.
It-
Or
Might
I
be.
choose the items.
Oh, really?
Or he random rolls and says, no,
There
that's
you go.
too powerful, they're not having that.
I mean, I've already given you Belt of Fire Giant strength, so
Oh, I'm no longer frightened. So that's not fun. I can go something there.
yes, it can. Haste and fear. All right, that will end Duranalis' turn. He's now concentrating on the haste, if you could.
Oh my god.
All the ring.
Which one is he? Is it
He's the
That
purple.
one, yeah.
That one well.
You're becoming
Kalatar.
Methods.
Ring bitch.
Luke. Methods.
methods.
Oh yes, sorry.
I'm keeping an eye on it.
Because
They
there's I'll tell you
yeah.
what. I'll make a bigger space. There's more obvious to me.
They could feasibly get up to that vampire and do a 15-foot cone, say if they were floating above Lyra, right?
Maybe. Certainly try.
Are you going to make me hit allies again, no matter how hard I try?
You do you.
He's certainly going to try.
Right.
You try.
Do
Alright,
a
fine.
thing.
Do it, you pussy!
They're going to float above Lyra
Yes.
and fire forwards, not downwards, but forwards at the damn thing.
Sure. So what is it?
It's DC 10 actually, it's really
Of
low.
what?
Dex.
Oh, Dex. Yeah, it's a
But
butt weapon.
8
sorry.
of them.
12, 13, 19, 15 on the dice. 17, 14, 10. Natural 1.
One
So,
hit!
one success. one failure. So another natural 1, Ross.
Right, so
Is
Ross,
it half damage for.
Is it half or is it nothing?
no, half on fail. I mean success, sorry. So I've got these 7 here for the fails.
Okay, so it's 7d8. It's 1d8.
It's 1d8 per breath weapon.
Okay.
They've got 6 charges. So that is 12.
It recharges.
15.
It recharges on a 6.
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
You
Okay,
recharge
I
at
thought
the
it.
beginning
Sorry,
of
recharge
that,
6.
No.
6 charges. Sorry. So sorry.
Tell Jared doesn't DM very often.
Yeah, like once. So that is sorry, 12, 15, 16, 19, 24
Half to 12,
to 12.
and then 1d8, which is full.
7.
So
31.
30,
No, 19.
19.
12 plus
19.
7.
Oh, yeah,
19.
sorry.
And
19.
it's fire damage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus
31. God,
12
guys.
Plus 7.
Good try,
42.
Tom. I see what you're trying to do there.
I forgot about halving it. It's been a long day.
Yeah. So okay. So so they all just fly up and exhale their breath into the face.
Yeah, boy.
Kalatar. She seems to react to him.
Attempt healing word on Cedric.
Sure.
Level 2.
Cedric, what is the purpose of life? To elevate all, big or small.
That's very Cedric.
That is very Cedric.
That's so great.
That is 9 points of healing to Cedric.
I'm putting healing Cedric, and the black flames subside away.
And I gain 9 hit
You
points.
gain 9 hit points.
Okay, that's what I was worried about.
And then you lose all of those.
Yeah.
You take 79 points of damage.
Turns out you're mind controlled though, and now attacking your ally.
Yeah, so that black ring has now vanished.
Oh, yeah.
You've still got a skeleton and a spiritual weapon standing over you.
Yes. No worries.
What? Baby steps.
That's
Baby
Kalatar's
steps.
baby action. Bonus action.
Baby action. Baby arms.
Baby action.
Big baby arms.
Okie dokie. Yeah.
Jared's
Yes.
attacking the methods.
That was his. That was his bonus action. You are right, Luke. So for his main action, he is. Is there someone he can thunderclap which doesn't injure someone else?
No.
Not really.
Why are we all so messy?
Because you've never learned how to fight together.
Me and Lyra are doing a nice little one combo over here.
Yeah.
We killed a lich.
We know how it works.
We killed a
You
lich.
know
I will share this with you.
Thank you.
Asher runs in like an
He's-
idiot. Lyra
How much
might
health
run
has
on.
he got? Oh yeah, let's get him in danger. 5, 10, 15.
You heard it here
12.
first, Matt. Let's get him in.
He's gonna get up in, and he's gonna use his short sword for once.
Hey!
Skeletor has a weapon.
What, he didn't want to viciously knock something?
No, because he just critted.
So 2d6 plus,
Yeah, wait.
plus 1.
Wait for me to roll double ones.
So it's 2d6 plus 2, I think, actually, for his dex.
Yeah, yes, it is, and that is 12 points of damage.
Wow, that's like 3
4.
moonbeams.
It's like 3 moonbeams. What is going on?
Isn't that doubled? Or is
No, you rolled
No,
2d6.
I
Oh,
rolled
I see,
2d6,
you're just really
yeah.
weak, sorry.
Nice, as Skeletor rushes over and stabs into it. It does half the
No
damage.
one else.
It does do half damage because it is piercing damage,
That is fair.
but, you know, life is good.
I mean, that was the
Ish.
thing.
It's not
yeah.
terrible. Cedric.
Yeah, right, he's going to stand up. Sorry, I'm also trying to put on the counter for the crit there. I'm doing about 6 jobs here, guys. I'm just trying my best. He will
Do
stand
more.
up, and he
It
will...
worked for George. I did that. He's like 40 points of damage.
What are you doing?
Calling in a favour from his hooker.
Oh, yeah, that was a thing.
You've activated my trap card. Favour of a whore.
He
Horse favour.
is going... He's just going to axe...
Also, anime reference.
He's going to axe the skeleton.
Sure,
with
axe the
Genesis, I
skeleton.
think.
Look at all these spellcasters using their melee weapons.
I know, right?
You've got to start casting spells, right?
I've used all mine.
That
You have got a
is
spell, you haven't used
a
yours yet.
15 to hit.
15 hits.
My God.
It costs an action.
No, no.
Uh,
As do most spells.
Oh, that is 10 points of slashing damage, magical slashing damage, in case that makes a difference.
It does not because it's slashing damage and it's still reduced. Again, slashing through just hits bone and just scrapes off it. That's what nails on chalkboard noise that I can't do.
And then...
What's Skitten going to do?
oh
Oh, are you not finished with your turn?
no, I mean, no, I think I might be.
Okay,
No,
Skin.
wait,
Oh,
I am sorry. I will cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay, Sanctuary is on yourself.
And now Skin will move into here and will make an attack action.
How appropriate is it? I watched Shaun of the Dead yesterday.
He rolled a 3, so that's a no-go.
Nope, misses. Top of the round, Lyra.
Also, weird reference to Shaun of the Dead. Someone's ringtone earlier was the...
Da-na-na-na, that tune.
yeah, oh, what tune was it? Come back to me in a minute.
Fine, Lyra.
The one with the DJ and stuff.
Oh. Thank you, yeah.
Lyra is going to transfer. Oh, she takes 2d6 damage, I believe.
She does. She does need to make a Constitution saving, concentration check. And you take 5 points of slashing damage.
10.
Okay, you're fine. I forgot to do it for the last attack, so we'll just ignore
But
it.
bonus action, she will transfer Hunter's Mark onto Vampire Bitch.
Ring bitch. Put it on everything.
My arms aren't long enough.
And then she will
Tiny arms.
Underneath.
I
two
can't reach.
attacks.
Do things.
First attack is a miss. Second
Okay.
attack is a 17.
17 hits.
Way.
These guys have got
Um,
no eye,
That's 10 points of damage, half because it's not magical.
Correct. So the first strike misses completely. You concentrating moving the hunter's mark across whilst you're bleeding out of a very severe wound in your neck. You then come across and stab into her. Does something. It's more than did to the other guy. George.
I'm going to come over and join the vampire stabbing party.
Sure.
Join the fun.
George,
It's
the
so
vampire
much fun.
stabber. Do you want to move George up for me? Go on, tiny arms.
I'll do it.
So,
If you run back, I
20,
swear to God.
25.
So that's,
Oh,
He's
yeah.
going to.
I'm going to.
you move back 5 feet. That's all he's got.
No, I've got 40 feet.
Yeah, you move 30. Oh no, it's 5. It's 25. Yeah, you're fine. Carry on. I
Ah!
thought you said 35. I thought you were counting for me.
One of that.
Does a 16 hit?
16 just barely hits.
Don't worry, George hits on a 5.
Sneak attack. Not bad.
Not amazing like last time, but still
2,
good.
8, 14, 17, 20, 22, 27 piercing and 5 cold.
So it was 20,
27
27.
piercing.
27 piercing and 5 cold, so 32. Nice.
And yeah, I'm going to move back.
Alright, you come across and stab with the spear into her side.
I don't think I can get quite that far.
Just behind Kafina. There you go. Alright, brings us to the lair actions which are gone because he's dead.
Yes. Yes.
Hallelujah. That brings us to the other lair actions which. No. Asher.
You've now unleashed its next form.
Mecha Lich.
Yeah.
Pack tactics, so I get
Also,
advantage.
this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a reference.
That hits.
It's a 14 on dice, yeah.
See it. I'm sad.
5, 5. And a 6, so 10, 16, 21, 28 damage.
28 points of damage, Jesus. First hit, yeah.
16 on the dice.
Yeah.
Stuck in my head.
9.
I mean, let's
22
not.
points.
How much? 22. What are you rolling now?
Hasted attack.
Oh, I mean, it's already. You already killed her.
Oh,
Killing her more.
It's 20.
Moa.
Sure, you hit her with a third attack.
And this is while she's on the floor because I think she's a vampire. So
well,
I'm
as you
going to
cut
cut her head
into,
off.
as you cut into her with the second strike, and you go for the third one, the blade just passes through this weird mist that she is now transformed into.
Okay. So that absorbs my third attack, I assume.
Essentially, yeah.
Maybe. Sorry.
Brings us to the skeleton.
I have other concerns right now.
Brings us to the skeleton who's going to stab Cedric.
Sure.
Sanctuary.
Yes, sanctuary, please.
Oh yes, which is a wisdom save
Yeah,
of...
against 14.
that is a 14.
Okay.
To succeed. So, stabbing. 2 attacks. That is a 21 and a 18 to hit.
They are both going to hit, but the first one, I would like to cast Rapid Growth out of Genesis, which gives me the shield spell.
Yes. So as you thrust Genesis up forward, you just watch as on the handle, loads of mushrooms just spore out, forming this big spongy effect, creating a shield which brings your AC to
30. No, sorry, 20.
30.
22.
So neither attack hits. As the mushroom just. If we get sued, it's
I'm
your
sure you
money.
can do your own renditions.
I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure Craftwork would.
It's
like
open.
the
It's open
publicity.
to it's public domain. Let's just not do any more because I don't want to.
Also, that wasn't recognisable, is it?
No, it wasn't. Kafina, you're up.
I'm actually lucky I didn't. I completely forgot I could have disengaged up into my hole, but if I did, coming out of it would have put me into that skeleton.
Which is your ally, to be fair.
Yeah, I know. I am curious how that plays out if I like unleash spells in the middle of someone.
You don't know. As Connor diffuses a small bomb.
I'm unable to.
No.
Once
I'm
you've
trying to
diffused it.
defrost 3 bottles at the moment.
1, 2, 3.
so 15. I could still move back 10. I'm okay with that.
That's a game we should play on stream sometimes. Keep talking, nobody explodes.
No, it's
Yes, that
terrible.
looks like fun.
Right.
It's terrible.
So
Have you played it?
Yeah, I've played it.
One,
I want to play it.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm going to bonus action a level 1 spell slot.
Just
Put it under
open
the
it,
We'll
mate.
put it under the. No, because it's going to go everywhere.
I'll take it outside.
We'll put it under the
Next thing,
table.
we'll waste all the actual liquid in it.
So what, we're going to go to a break after this, so just pop it down and we'll deal with it then.
So I bonus action meta magic to get myself an extra sorcery point, so I could do it. So I could have 6, which means I'm about to cast a level 4 lightning bolt with a focus 3 on it.
Some words.
Sure.
Oh, by the way, she's
Enjoy.
Oops,
Sorry.
16. Half
so
damage.
It does succeed, but I'm also about to deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, for the record, Jared has got or Kafina has got a museum apparatus which has got some minor improvements on it, which is why he keeps saying things like focus.
Just says the words.
Just says it, doesn't mean anything, just says it.
And sometimes
Says
it
a-
hurts us.
10, yeah.
Sometimes, all the time.
Yeah. All the 50% of the time it works all the time. Right.
A lot of these 6s. How many times did you focus it? 4 or 3?
3. Which makes it 11.
Yeah. So,
And then because of Elemental Adept, all my 1s become 2s.
and then they become 1s again because I succeeded.
Yeah, essentially. So we got 6, 10, 12, 14, 17, 19, 21, 24,
Mhm.
29, 34.
Half
So
is
that's
17.
She's Misty Smoke.
Still standing.
Yes. I'm then going to run 10 feet away.
Still standing.
What, you float 10
I
feet
already
away.
used my bonus action. This is just the remainder of my movement to,
Oh, okay,
to
fine.
get away.
Sure.
Or to here, though, because I want to try and not have her chase me.
She's dead.
Hang on, did you just shoot
Did
it
you shoot
through
her?
Kelatar?
No.
No, she was dead.
Oh, she was...
She's smoke at the moment.
She smoked. Oh, so nothing happens. Oh well.
Okay. Guess I wasted... Oh,
The problem is there's no angle you could have shot the zombie.
no, you're right, yeah. Oh, okay.
Sorry, I did not realise you were attacking the vampire.
Yeah, no, I completely forgot she died that right. Okay, well...
Because I just looked up and went, oh fuck, you would have hit Kelatar. I didn't realise you were attacking her.
Yeah.
Oh well, you've electrocuted some mist.
Well, at least she's dead for good now. There's no coming back from that.
Is she though?
Oh man, that was a waste. That was a really big waste.
Yeah, because you could have hit it with anything else.
No, I actually can't do spells like past people. It's pretty tricky to hit.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
Gerenalis' turn. He is going to cast. He's going to use magic missile because he can't get to it to attack with his. Actually, no, he can. He can move through. Yeah, he's got.
I mean, there is a... Yeah, you could just...
He's got to attack with
just
booming blade,
Just squeeze.
No, if not.
which is a 14, which hits.
Oh my god.
Holy moly.
That's a skeleton.
Which is 7 points of slashing and thunder damage. So you know, does some. It was a cantrip.
It did the damage of it.
Yeah, it did. So, but it's going in booming energy, which is nice. Puts it there. Fine. Methods.
I believe they have like 30 fly. So
You need to see them recharge.
I'll do that whilst you decide what they're doing.
yeah, I don't really care if they recharge. There's too many people there, so and they don't protect my allies, so it's just gonna be
One recharge. Oh no, two recharge.
I'll save it because for all I know, I don't know, does it just be 8 claw attacks?
Sure.
Can they get to?
They can.
Yeah,
They're tiny. They can just
30
go
foot
over.
fly and they can just go on
It's
top
got
of it.
30 feet. Is that?
It's
Can't
enough.
quite see.
The room is only 80.
They can get over
Yeah.
the top. It's fine.
Yeah, they're a top layer at the moment, so they'd be
Yeah,
fine.
it was about 30 foot diameter, I think. So they got
Oh yeah, they were directly.
Well, it's a 40-foot diameter, but yeah, it's fine. There's enough space.
One crit.
One
crit,
critical.
That's not bad. There's like a 20, 2 19s, and 2 18s. That's like the best roll.
So how many are 11 on the dice and higher?
All bar 2.
Okay, so that's 6, and one of them's a crit.
Yep.
That's a
So,
seven.
I believe the damage was D4, so...
It is
Oh, it's D4 slashing
And fire.
And fire. Do you want me to just roll 1 for each type of damage and multiply it, or?
Sure, let's do it that way.
All right. Fire, melee. Melee is 3. Fire is 4. So.
Times by 7.
Yeah.
So
that's 28
21.
fire.
28 and 21.
21 halved for the slashing.
They're resistant to fire as well.
In that
What?
case, it's 14.
So it would be 49
14.
reduced down to 25. Yeah, he's
His
dead.
chest is on fire.
He's dead.
The
Oh,
methods.
As the methods go, they just tear this thing to pieces, just pulling bones and flinging
It's
them.
just like, is this a
The last thing that you see is just the jaw being yanked off it, and the skull being held off. They all go.
Does anyone think maybe I should get that spell next level?
But that's where we're going to take a break. We're going to just go take a quick bathroom break. We're going to come back and deal with this. So thank you for bearing with us. It was long and the sort of slightly lost, but we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. See you shortly. And we're back. Yeah, well, most of us are. We're sort of shadowing back in just a moment, and Ross is standing around. Connor is doing drinks, I think.
Yes.
I also realised we left this open. Oh, no,
That's
mind.
right. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's fine. So,
No worries. Yeah, it's an amateur production. It's fine.
hey guys, if you like us, follow us, and then you can see this
Nonsense.
professional content every week. Anyway, so Lich dead and gone. Vampire turning into mist. As you're watching, the mist from the vampire is slowly going back into the room that they came out of.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
We're in its lair.
This thing dead?
Do we know
Yeah.
anything about vampires?
Make an Arcana check.
George does.
They're
No.
not werewolves.
That's werewolves.
I don't know about vampires.
15?
15. You know a little bit about vampires. They're sort of used by the Shadow Fae. By the Shadow Courts. They... Unseen, that's the word I was looking for. When they, among other things, you know that they are adverse to sunlight. They don't like to pass through doorways without being invited. They don't like holy places. And when they die, they turn into a mist for a short period of time, only to regenerate and return to their resting place, wherever that may be.
And it's going...
We're live,
Oh,
Jared.
by the way, am I still bleeding?
Yes, you are. So you take
You're just like bleeding
8
out.
points of slashing damage.
Okay,
Is she...
help! I'm bleeding out. I'm bleeding quite heavily. It's like arterial spray.
I don't know how to fix it.
Someone get a damp paper towel.
I mean, try
Take
some-
another 10 points of slashing
Less
damage.
restoration.
Oh, we'll just try.
Lesser restoration.
Yeah.
Okay, you cast it. Nothing happens.
I will cure wounds.
Cast cure wounds. Okay.
Doesn't someone have that? Doesn't someone have that special cloak thing that will do something?
So you take another 9 points whilst Cedric is dithering.
Why is it
Hang
on?
on, which?
Why is
what
it
about
on
the
me?
Cure wounds? What about the cure wounds? How
Cure wounds is
much
happening
did that-
it's sort of that the spray happens whilst he's sort of gone lesser restoration. Oh shit, it didn't work. Then he's casting cure wounds because they're both action spells.
By wounds.
Okay, what level?
I'll do it level...
Genuinely thought you were looking at your 6th level spell slots then.
I'll do it... I'm just doing it level 1.
Okay,
Otherwise I'm going to be running out of...
sure, level 1.
Does that fix anything? That is 9 points of healing.
You take 9 points of healing as the wound seals up. No longer
Thank
bleeding.
you. I was on 1 hit point now.
You're welcome. Sorry it took so long for me to figure it out.
Don't worry about it at all, Cedric. I'm tired.
Skull in the middle of the room. The thing that was in the middle of the room wrapped up in a
It
paper.
wasn't in the middle of the room, it was on one of the bookshelves,
Are we not worried about the floaty, misty thing?
which has
Dead.
now disappeared from sight.
Is there anything
To go
made
into
of
that room.
wood in this room?
Make a perception check.
I'm going with Cedric into the.
Okay.
Perception to
17.
Hang on. Cedric and George make a perception check.
Sure
What were you
thing.
asking for?
find the item.
Make a perception check. 17. Looking for wood, you look around. Nothing wood in this circular room.
22.
19.
19. Okay. You both rush into the room. You just see the final wisps of smoke passing through a crack in the top corner of the ceiling.
25.
25. Yeah, you see the skull. It's on that bookshelf there.
You're all wrong. Go pick it up.
So leather sack.
Unwrap it a little bit.
There was a crystal something in there.
Does it fit the description which I was given?
What, a crystal skull and a leather sack?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty accurately. As
Fantastic.
you open the sack, yes, it is a crystal skull. In a
Wrap it back up.
But as you open it, there is a pulsing, dull grey light within the skull.
She said it had a powerful soul in it. That's what it is. Just gonna zip that up and not look at that.
Make a constitution saving throw.
Yeah. 26.
Nothing happens. I'll make a dexterity.
Is there anything
Yeah,
on
that's the one you want to
the
use.
bodies worth worth picking up?
Make an investigation check.
21.
21. Looking around the lich, there is a holy symbol that is of just a hand holding an eye. Sort of the left hand holding an eye.
I will not touch that.
I wouldn't. You also find on his body a small scroll case that is just sort of tucked into a pouch, as well as two small glass vials of this sort of thick liquid. Again, colour difficult to see in this place.
The shelf full of knickknacks.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that pops out?
There was the amethyst. Sorry, not amethyst. The onyx skull and hand that were there. There's what looks to be an exact replica of the Sinister Basilica, just made out of onyx.
Oh, sure, I'll take them.
Okay.
Was the whip? Did the whip disappear or something?
It did. It went with the vampire.
Strange.
Is there anything of interest in this little antechamber Cedric and I have come into?
Make an investigation check
I will assist.
with advantage.
Oh, wow.
Good job. Otherwise, I would have been a crit fail. So that is a 14.
14. Okay. You look around. You sort of open drawers and things, and you find
Cedric, what's your mushroom eyes say?
it's equally bad mushrooms. You sort of open drawers in the desk, and you find that there was a small little chest that you open up. Looks to be about 700 gold pieces in there.
Wink.
Is that a lot?
Compared to what we're going to get in the future? No. So I'll just look after this busy minute.
And you also find another potion vial. The liquid looks like it's climbing up the sides.
100% drink it.
I'll give the scroll case I found to Fee.
I was actually hoping to do some of that stuff too, but yeah, the scroll case I wouldn't mind.
Sure, you have a scroll case.
Nice.
What's in a scroll case?
Oh,
Scrolls.
is it an open scroll case?
No,
or-
it's just a scroll case at the moment. No one's opened it.
Oh, I'd like to open it then.
There's nothing in it.
Make a dexterity.
No, there isn't. There is a scroll. There is a scroll. Make an Arcana check.
Or blow up.
That's hey, crit fail.
Halfling.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. 23.
23. You read through it. It is a scroll of inflict wounds.
Wait, I can only cast scrolls if they're in my knowledge pool, aren't they?
I let people roll. You can just roll an Arcana check on to see whether or not you can cast a scroll that is not on your spell list, because
Fair
that's
enough.
more fun.
Yeah, sounds good.
In this little room,
Yes.
I assume the green is a ladder. Is that going down or up?
Up.
Up. And the red thing is
A desk.
desk. Can I rifle through the desk?
George has already done that.
Right. Okay. And the thing in the corner.
Yeah, what is this?
There's nothing here now.
That is a statue of. It's the same hand with an eye that was the holy symbol that's around it. It's just a hand statue that's just holding an eye. It looks like it's an altar to a god.
Destroy it.
Sure. Make attack. Fuck it. With your strength and enthusiasm.
I mean,
Yeah, you fuck it up.
okay.
You fuck up this statue to Vecna.
Fuck it.
Sorry,
King and Queen.
can I meta magic up some sorcery points?
You may certainly do so.
And I'd also like to do searching. The things I'm looking for are books and usual kinds of like alchemical slash any kind of equipment.
Make
That's
an investigation check.
the kind of stuff I look
This
for.
will be the last investigation check because Cedric, because you guys, this is for this room.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah,
go to the
yeah.
small room.
Yeah, you search the body wounds. Yeah, so 16
There is an entire bookshelf full of books.
in my bag.
All of them.
All of them.
Okay. You need someone to lift you up to reach the top shelves.
Cedric,
No problem.
thank you.
Some of them are pretty beefy tomes as well, which you
Nice.
no idea what's in there. You just shove them all in.
I will look through these later.
Sure.
Way out.
Well,
Yes. Oh,
we can turn to mist.
We can. We still
We
have time
can
on
just
that.
turn to mist and go.
We could just
Yep.
climb the ladder.
We can turn to mist and go up the ladder.
we could follow the same way that the vampire mist went.
You can't.
different sort of mist.
Your mist can't
Fit through cracks?
No.
No.
You still maintain your
I
physical
thought
form.
we just turned to mist and got the slide, and
Can I just
Yeah.
peek my head up the ladder? Just a
you
peek.
can do whatever you want
I'll
to.
peek my
actually.
head up the ladder.
Okay, you climb up the ladder. It's quite a long ladder. It just leads to essentially a chimney that just goes up. Just keep going and going.
Through.
This is like a
Okay.
classic video game thing where we're led back to the beginning of the level. And if we just opened up one door right at the beginning, we would have cut the whole thing out and gone straight to the bad guy.
You get to the top, and you find there's a trapdoor. Reach up, have a look. You're outside.
We're outside.
It is. It's not.
I will turn into
I like,
mist.
I like your idea, Leo. I will save myself 6 lane.
Take a minute,
Take
turn
a
into
minute
mist,
and then
float up. Yeah, you have wind walk cast on you from last game.
Oh, okay, cool.
our pet genie.
Same thing.
You leaving Skin behind?
Yeah.
Oh no, actually no, Skin can turn to
Oh
mist.
no, he was.
He had a
he
castle
just-
in.
He was. I forgot. Yeah, with 3 HP, he's come with us.
He's gonna make it. He's gonna. Oh no, he's not gonna live. To tell the tale.
No,
So have you
Cedric.
only got 3 days to
you can
retirement.
extend them,
There
can't
you
you?
go.
Yeah, but they're
extend
not
it.
going to live.
Oh,
Or
right.
live.
Come
That's
on,
the
man.
pun,
Keep
Jared.
up.
No, we're going to take
No.
you back. We're going to cast True Resurrection.
So,
I wonder who he was.
We have a wish. We can
Or
wish
she.
for him
Unless
to
I
be
know
back
from
alive.
having converted yourselves back into mist, you then set off on the flight home. As you're going, Cedric and Lyra make perception checks for me, please.
Sure thing.
How high is your perception scores? I've never got us for these. What
Plus
was really
6.
The passive
Same.
perception is much higher than yours.
My passive perception is 21.
13.
I haven't
And
read it.
Cedric?
15.
15. You don't really notice, Lyra. You're too busy focusing on not being dead. But Cedric, as you're flying, you look down. You remember noticing the hordes of undead and various other creatures moving towards the basilica. You catch a glimpse of some of them. They stop and start following you guys.
Okay. Noted. I can't communicate this.
Nope.
So,
as a
I will...
character, yay, we've got our own zombie army.
They can't breach the walls of the camp.
We think.
That we know of.
Yours couldn't.
Who is leading the direction on this one?
I am.
Make a survival check.
I can't get lost.
No, it's not a case of getting lost. It's a case of
I just
knowing.
thought I'd point that out.
Yeah, you can't get lost, so it makes it easier. But it's knowing where you're
survival's
going in a
really
place
good
you're not
ones.
familiar.
So that's a 19.
19. You keep an eye out on the mountains and just.
That's what I'm paying attention to as well as not dying.
Yeah, you go. You're making sure you're not dying and getting home.
Yes.
That's your main focus. You
And
float your way back.
Home is in inverted commas.
Yeah, safety base. About
Safety in inverted commas.
another couple of us. Are you just booking it and you're not bothering to do anything stealthy,
I
or
don't think so, no.
We've already been
I
I
seeing
mean,
it.
we're mist floating
Transparent.
through the air. I'm not sure how
Apparently
stealthy
we've
we
been
can
seen
be.
by a whole
How long have we-
undead horde.
Yeah.
So
How long have we got on our spell?
I know.
the wind walk?
Yeah.
It's like 8
It's
hours.
8 hours.
Okay, just checking. We don't
And it's
turn
300
halfway.
Yeah, it's a
Well, you
300
just-
foot
You just
per round.
you just float
That's
down.
part
to
of
the
the reason
ground.
I didn't want to take a short rest in the basilica.
Yeah.
Okay, you manage to make your way, floating just past. You again see different hordes of creatures just all following you. Start to pay real attention to Cedric. He's like,
There's
shit.
ashes.
Make a perception check.
Getting more and more obvious.
No.
So it's +6. So it's still.
13. No.
If the 13 was rolled over.
Connor has an idea here. Following.
Yeah,
I'm.
Cedric still can't communicate to anyone. does
I'm
he?
carrying a beacon to these people.
Oh yeah, that was what I.
Yeah.
As you're just
But
Floating
instead,
on there.
Ash is there going.
Cedric, you start to notice that not only are there small things, there are some big things, big undead things, just sort of like shambling troll
And
corpses.
the rest of us don't notice this.
You're looking ahead. Cedric is looking behind to sort of keep an eye on
I
what's
don't-
going
If
on.
a cloud could sweat,
It would evaporate.
Cedric's raining.
It would
As
stop
is-
Can you fly in
existing.
front of us and shake it
Yeah,
out?
I
like
don't
a-
think I can. I don't think I can
You're
do
fly-
like
you've all got the
any-
same speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because everyone's literally just going. I'm like, guys, turn around!
Trying to fly quicker.
You make your way, and you eventually find the.
Ash is there singing Baby Shark.
I will end you. As you come across. Right, just for that.
I've took 10 points of damage this entire day. Like,
Oh god.
that's a
I
big
don't
hit.
take-
Bait him, poke him!
Poke the bear! Lightning forms around you.
As you find Unafella as your beacon of home and rest, you
It's on
land.
fire.
You land. And you'll get there comfortably. You. Okay. And concentrate and revert back to yourselves. The cloaked and masked Shadowkai wander out towards you, including the wing speaker. Whom you can only tell that is the wing speaker because they are slightly shorter than the rest of the group and slightly more hunt because they are a lot older. Welcome back. Were you successful?
Just disrespectful.
Then come. So he leads you again into the temple of the Raven Queen.
Is it just Asher that's being led?
You can all follow if you wish.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds like a net plan.
It's not every day you get to meet a god.
Well,
Well, we've met her once today already, but sure.
Yeah.
Maybe this time she'll have beverages.
Maybe
you're
Your
entertaining guests.
priorities are right.
I love that. Just in the presence of God. Any snacks? Like, I am famished.
It's pretty, standard to treat guests.
Do I also, like, in my haste to get down there, I think, do I notice that Lyra's still, like, profusely bleeding?
No, she's
Oh,
not
no,
bleeding anymore.
You're
She's
on, like,
healed.
1 HP, though, aren't
I'm
you?
on 10.
10. Have 21 more.
Oh,
21?
I think that's the maximum I can give.
Yes, because you can give 8 from your Asimar,
Yes.
and then it's 15 from your. So 23.
23. It was 23.
So you're on 33.
oh, that's about the best.
We have this
I've done
conversation
today.
every
Time and
time.
place.
So, as you make your way down, the 4 massive ravens that are there again surround you as you begin the incantation, or as the wing speaker begins his incantation and the ritual to send you to the realm of the shadow of the Raven Queen.
No, don't send me to the Shadow Realm.
You're in
already
it.
in the
As
Can't get any
you
worse.
are met by this black shadowy castle once again, and then pulled inside, and you are met by the large form and the multiple shadowy cells that surround Asher in particular, but around the rest of you. The Raven Queen looks down at you all. So you return. Success was had. Excellent. She takes the skull from you and just crushes it. And as you watch, there is a sort of as she's crushing it, you watch the skull itself sort of go, and the grey light that was within it bursts out the mouth as the thing breaks into 1,000 pieces. And she just takes what you assume now to be the soul of whatever it was that was in there, and just slides it into her sleeve like a used tissue.
I respect this chick.
Edgy. Yes, soul.
Man,
Should
Fee
we keep
gets
that
so
for-
many good female role models.
I know, right? Asher,
And then there's Asher.
Lyra.
There is a good role model.
That's what I'm saying. I said, and then there's Asher. Asher's the only non-role model-y one.
She looks down at the rest of you now.
Just saving someone's life who I killed. God, what do you want me to do?
So, as promised, I owe each of you some measure of my powers. You had already requested yours to be converted to the life of one that you slayed, correct?
Correct.
Then it shall be done. He will return to life, where he was laid to rest. But freed by my minions to rise not just full Buffy at the end of one of the seasons.
I was expecting him to just like then you bring him back to life and then he just suffocates inside a coffin.
Coffin, yeah, that's awesome.
Just like second round.
Waiting for bones.
I brought him
over
back to
there
life
just
and then I killed him again. Sorry.
Quick, get back to him. We dig him out, and there's like claw marks.
He shall be revived and stand upon Helheim, waiting for you to deliver him back to Elfheim. As I assume is your wont to deliver such joyous news yourself.
Joyous, yes.
As for the rest of you, I provide to you the same ability to adjust fate. She reaches out her hand, and there's this grey mote of energy that floats around each of you. 6 in total. 5 in total, and impacts into each of you. It would be unfair to live out another part of the deal. She extends her hand and just places it on your head. You just feel as there is a rush of memories unlocked. Flashes of people, names, places, love, loss, sorrow, pain. All of those emotions and memories just flash back to you.
It's too much.
Each of you now holds within you the boon of fortune. And those of you who had not had one restored also carry within you the fragment of my being. The power to fix past mistakes, the power to reset, to start a new fate, but only once. Use it wisely. Like that. She starts to fade back, and actually you turn and you start to see the faces appear in those shadowy people around. The rest of you do not see the faces, but you see them clearly. Particularly a woman about the same age as you, actually, with red hair, just looks at you and smiles, with kind eyes, and a single tear just sort of streaks down her face. And she just mouths at you, I love you.
Aww.
Before it fades away, you recognise this face as being your mother.
I did have one.
You weren't sure if you had one.
No! I had no fucking idea. And I promised you a passage back. If you exit from Unafella, return to the forest, there will be a gateway that you, Elfikin, will be able to detect. Good luck. And she sort of has a wry smile at her own choice of words as the shadow fades from around you. So, for each of you, the boon of fortune, once a day, you may add a d10 to any d20 roll. Just once a day, including death saves, should you so choose. And essentially the ability to reset, I did give it a different name, but I haven't written it down for some reason. Essentially, that is the ability to reset past wrongs. So, it is a single-use opportunity for the 5 of you, including Kalatar, which you've already brought someone back from the dead, so you've already made amends on your mistake. So essentially, you can choose to reset an encounter to a safe point at any time. If you die, it will automatically take you back to that safe place before an encounter. Or you can choose to go back and right to the beginning and reset your character however you so choose. So you can reroll stats, reassign levels. The only things you cannot change are your name, your race, and your gender. but you can re-roll stats, you can do whatever. But we will do that off stream afterwards. We can have discussions if that's what you choose to do. So you can either do that and have the full reset, which means you can repick spells, repick class levels, or you can just change whatever, or you can go back and just restart an encounter from scratch if it goes horribly wrong. So bear that in mind. That is a single-use thing. But the boon of good luck, you can, or good fate, you can use it once a day, once per long rest.
That's all then.
That's all. You can use the boon as well. You have that
I
as
didn't
well.
think I got the boon.
Yeah.
You also get this backstory.
Mine!
Isn't that the second page?
That's the front page.
This is the front page. That's the back.
Ow. That's dense.
Obviously, read that later because there's things that's happening now at the moment. As you return back to your consciousness, the winged speaker looks at you. It seems that she was grateful. Is this the last we shall see of you?
No offense, but I certainly hope so.
I'm afraid so.
Then I wish you luck if you choose to. And as he says that, there was a running down the stairs as a couple of the other wing speakers, just go, wing speaker. The hordes are at the barriers.
Literally was about to warn
And he starts to make his way up. You guys following?
you. Yes.
Yeah.
You head up. You go upstairs and you go and stand outside, looking, and all you can see are waves of undeads just clamouring. It's essentially the Battle of Winterfell with just the undead standing at the barrier, glaring. Actually, also kind of Infinity War, where they're all attacking at
Big
Wakanda,
barrier, so-
the barrier. Yeah.
Lucky for us that we can turn to wind.
This whole place can't, though.
As you look and see this, you can also see these big winged, almost like wyvern-like creatures that are also snarling and just circling overhead. So they look like the thing that was flying over you on your first return back from the mountains, from the Bone-Kept Mountains.
Keltar bubble.
Keltar rod.
We don't have.
Can we use that yet?
No, 10 days.
It's way too long.
It was just
It also
wait,
takes you away
we
and brings
can
you
use
back
that genie.
here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just bubble and wait it out. Like,
You're in a bubble, essentially. This whole town is a bubble,
yeah.
but you've got to get out.
Somehow.
Use the genie.
What was-
Tomorrow, if we live.
Does it look like they will get through the
Are we in
barriers?
imminent threat?
I mean, is it like Infinity War and they're actually clawing and eventually
Not
sort
at the
of
moment.
Yes.
coming in?
Okay.
I asked the wind speaker how much time.
I don't know. We have never dealt with this threat before.
I believe they may have been attracted to the skull,
The skull is destroyed.
but it still brought them here.
Does anyone think we should maybe ask the Raven Queen what to do in this? I mean, she built this place. She'd know best how long it's going to take to fall, if it can fall. And I know we just finished talking to her, but yeah.
If they're that way at the barrier,
They're
how-
all around.
I was going to say, are we surrounded? It's like, where's the forest?
The forest is essentially northwest from where you were, or from the village, for Runefella. But you are fucking surrounded.
Wind speaker. What offensive measures do we have?
Just conjures some small balls of radiant energy in his hands.
Sorry, serious moment.
We can some magic.
I don't suppose you have a secret exit somewhere?
No.
Too easy.
I mean, do we even have anything to worry about? It is possible that the barrier will just stay up and these guys will eventually get bored.
I'm waiting for an audio cue from the DM.
Well, we can wait a day until... I mean, if the barrier's never going to fall, we have time to prepare. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't know if anyone can see how cut up I am. but, yeah, I'm not ready for another fight.
No, I am. Even with your healing ashram, today has taken a lot out of me.
I have nothing left.
I mean, tomorrow there is the power of the genie.
the rod and the genie.
Right. Windspeaker, I think we need to go talk to the Raven Queen again.
Looks around, and well, you make a perception check actually, Kafina.
Come on, oh, you suck.
You can add a D10 to it.
Yeah. 14.
14. You're looking around. You're trying to see his eyes behind his mask. You just about see one, and there's fear.
Yeah, well then all the more reason to speak to the Raven Queen, jeez.
She will not assist us. She is not answering.
Leave a message.
After the beep.
That's
Hi,
literally what I said. Leave a message.
Hi, I'm currently playing with all the souls I've collected over a millennia. Okay.
It does seem a little counterintuitive, but Lyra does have a good point. If there is no immediate threat, we should take this chance to rest and recover from our previous battles.
Quick question. Oh, sorry, I'll ask out of character because I might already know this. Is the barrier basically like a force field sort of barrier?
It seems to be. It seems to be something that is that wards off undead and prevents them from passing. So Skin is actually out there with the rest of
Yes.
them.
Roll a performance check to blend.
No! He was standing there.
What kept the rest of you guys?
I really want Skin to take a last man stand and
Just kill all of them. We'll wake up tomorrow and everything will be dead and just be Skins standing on his 3 HP.
Yeah, just holding skulls and heads.
Stab up his bum.
So theoretically,
It looks like it is like a force field essentially.
we could stand on one side and just fire things through it, correct?
I think
There's seas and waves upon waves
there's
upon
like an
waves. It
infinite
doesn't
amount
matter.
of
You could
undead.
be here
That's
for
not.
weeks.
That's. I mean, if this isn't about to disappear on its own, we've got to
Hold
deal
on,
with
guys.
it one way or
Sorry, XP farm.
Yeah.
Level 20 before we know it.
We go into the Shadowfell at 8 and come out at just absolutely ruined. Yeah, but there's only a problem with that. The guy just revived if you die of exposure before we
Yeah.
get...
Sorry. Okay. So, Mr. Windspeaker, how much flammable?
I do not have a title as such.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to.
They are
refer-
they, not a.
Yeah, we're just
Yeah.
trying to
I
make
know
light.
I said he at one point, I may have confused you, but they are they.
Okay. Well, I'm going to call you John then. John. How much flammable
You have
liquid?
no idea how offensive that is to him right now. To
He
them,
has,
sorry.
he has more pressing matters.
Well, he didn't like me calling him Windspeaker.
They,
so what-
no, Mister was the bit that he objected to.
Oh.
Well, they, damn it,
Them?
they objected.
Hey.
to.
Sorry.
Us.
Can you? How much flammable liquid do you have in this town?
Not a lot.
Okay. Anyone else? We got. Oh. Shit, that'll take way too long. Anyone else got any ideas?
Is there a place in here that looks like it could be easily fortified?
Make a perception check.
No. Yeah, I don't know that plan.
20.
It's huts.
Yeah, like,
No, because we said we went down somewhere, didn't we?
Yeah, into the temple.
underneath the huts.
Yeah.
Underneath a
I'm just
slightly
thinking if we get
bigger
somewhere,
hut.
barricade the doors and
Moron.
everything,
Absolute
it buys us a
moron.
night's sleep. Fine. Sleep next to the barrier, Cedric. Take a nap.
I
Get your
will.
roll mat out.
I have faith.
In what exactly?
The barrier.
In the barrier. Not in anything else.
He's a cleric, of course he's got faith.
Nah,
How much manpower do you have here?
looks
How much
around.
they power?
They.
Manpower is acceptable.
How much people power?
You look around.
Oh my
For the
goodness
power of
me.
people.
We
I'm
have
tickled.
20.
This is hardly an alley.
How physically able are they?
We are not fighters.
No,
We
I'm not.
are
Lovers.
priests.
Understood.
Sometimes lovers. Mostly magical.
Okay, I can dig that. I'm thinking trenches. Is anyone else?
There is already a trench around the outside of it.
Trench for what?
This is okay. It's been it's been a while since you were here, and I'll explain the layout of it. It's essentially
Dig
a
a big
round.
hole.
It is a round circle about 100 feet across.
Okay, 100-foot diameter. Got it.
100 foot radius.
Radius
That's
200 feet diameter.
So,
Okay.
but it is mostly there is a trench with interlocking wooden spikes sticking out of them, just sort of to keep things out, which is seemingly where the barrier is on the outside of that. So there's some of the zombies are throwing themselves on the spikes; they're not doing anything. With 4 entrance points on the what would be the cardinal points.
Okay. I mean, I'm
with
still,
the temple in dead center.
Yeah. So I still don't think like that plan's the worst one.
Do you still think we could walk to the door, the portal?
I mean, are they?
There are some
300 feet a second.
There are some flying things,
And
but it has to be better than trying to go through the old army on the ground.
Are we not
Maybe.
concerned about the people here?
Maybe we'll draw the
Army away.
zombie things away from here.
Well, can we test that out by standing to one side of this town
We're
and see if they
surrounded.
all start to funnel to one side? I mean,
I
that
think
should
they
be
already are. They're literally around the whole town.
right, but that's because we're dead center. So if we stand on one side, it should be obvious that.
Sure. You feel free to test it.
Yes, I would actually.
You move close to one side. All that happens is the ones that are there. So
Do I see?
They're actually
sort
at the barrier now. Just to
yeah, they are.
Do I see the ones that are further away around the barrier, looking more closely?
Make a perception check.
I'm still just.
Send message at them.
Oh God, 15. No wait, 14.
Nope.
Call for help.
Oh wait, no, it was not 14.
Your view of the other side is completely blocked by other huts around
okay.
here.
If we could wind walk to the forest, I would have to come back to corporeality to detect the portal.
Yeah.
I can't do that while in Mistfall.
How far away can you detect portals from?
Sorry?
How far away can you detect portals from?
Mile, I
A
think.
mile. And
Could be enough from here.
and it is true. We probably can go through the portal as
In this
mist. Although I don't know what activation any portal might need. Very few just stand open.
Give it a whirl.
We moved very fast as civilians. We could probably outrun these shambling forces.
I mean, heck, that wind ability lasts hours. We could actually fly one direction for a while, draw them away from the town, and then double speed back to get to the
I
portal.
wouldn't take the risk with the things that can fly.
How many hours has it been since the windwalk has?
I'll say at this point, it's been for about 7 hours.
So, sorry, just to clarify, I'm going to whisper this to the group and not the guys that I've already offended. So,
It's just
so-
the wing speaker that you've offended, just the head honcho that you've offended.
Okay, cool. So just checking, guys. Is our top priority getting us out of here, or making
Yes.
sure this town isn't destroyed?
It's just getting
It
us out
might
of
be
it.
that if we're not here, there won't be a threat to the town.
Yeah, I
That
don't
would be
feel
my
that's
thoughts.
the case. But
How
it's
far
hard to tell.
was it from the forest to the town, to the village?
It was less than a mile. It was maybe
So we could easily get there in under an hour if we.
yeah. It was
if we
about
were
half a
wind.
mile to 3/4 of a mile.
If we were wind, it wouldn't take us long to get there.
Not at all.
Take like 20 seconds. 300 feet.
300 feet a second. So you're essentially you're traveling 10 times your normal speed.
I think it's 300 feet around,
Yeah.
so 6 seconds.
Sorry, 6 seconds. Yes, you're right.
I'm not. Oh no, it's an hour.
I still need to have a spell prepared at the beginning of the day if I want to cast it as a ritual, don't I?
Correct.
Okay.
I mean,
You're not a wizard.
Yeah.
Not a wizard, Larry.
I could go on my own.
Oh, just for reference, I would like to have my scroll case on my hip, and the scroll I've placed in there is my blur scroll.
Okay. Good to know.
And the inflict wounds on this will be in my bag.
Okay.
How about if just you and I go?
No, you are not leaving the rest of us behind today.
No, but we could come back if we found it.
We need to go and find the portal and work out how it works.
Does it look like there is any time constraint right now? Does it look like the barrier around us is wavering at all with all of the beating claws at it?
Not at the moment, but they've only just started.
Okay.
And the wind
So
speaker
potential.
was scared.
Yeah, okay.
No, I don't think I like that plan, because if you end up getting into trouble, I mean, you won't be able to get back here, will you, after you turn
Maybe
physical?
not, but any plan has risk.
Yeah, but
I'm not sure there's a plan that is.
no, but that feels like more risk. If we're all with you, then while you're trying to figure out the portal, the rest of us can help defend you. If it's just you out there and you die, we are stuck here.
And
For
Kalatar
once, I agree with Kifina.
says, I can cast the dome.
To be
I was just
clear,
literally about to say
it also
to buy more time.
the my detecting the portal. It's pretty much instantaneous. It doesn't take a long time, but I do have to be real.
Jesus.
Well,
I think we have a plan then. We all fled to the forest. You look at the portal and we get the hell out of here.
Do we maybe not want to just have a short rest first, just in case
no,
we do run?
because in a short rest is an hour. The windwalk would have worn off. I thought of that.
Oh, right. We're using the one that's already cast on us. Gotcha.
Otherwise we have to wait till the next day.
Yeah. Okay. Good point.
All right, we agreed on this.
We're going for the portal now.
I think we have to. It's probably the best chance both for us and for the village.
Could I maybe get a heal from someone before things continue? I am
I'm out.
very, very pained.
Kalatar would love to heal you.
I tell you what, I can do. I can do a healing spirit too.
Only if it's
yeah.
I mean that's not a lot, but it's some, and it's
I mean,
for
this is not
everyone.
gonna be a lot.
2d6 for everyone, yeah.
Yeah, just do it for everyone.
A healing word at level 2, please.
The true hero is one who conquers his own anger and hatred.
Everyone gets 8 points of healing.
That is 10 more points on top of that as well.
nice. What was it?
8.
from me.
I'll take 2 points of damage.
Is anyone still very low?
I just managed to reach half.
17.
I
don't think we
I'll
should
give
waste any
you
more time.
second level cure wounds as well.
Thank you.
Sorry, it's not a lot. It's 12.
Thank you.
And I'm going to armor back of this myself.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm banging this up at third level.
Let's be fast. Let's be quick. Let's be
Right.
quiet.
That is where we'll pick up next week.
Oh, crap!
What?
What?
Damn it! I just used my last second level spell slot.
Yes,
And
you
I
did.
Could've-
could have cast Pass Without Trace.
Yeah.
Oh, to heal me instead.
I forgot that we could stealth while wind.
Yeah.
Not while we're dashing though.
To be
Not
fair,
much of
though,
dashing, but you've got your natural speed is 300. So
Yeah,
yeah.
but I would rather
those
dash.
things were following us when we just look like mist. Something tells me they just know where we are.
I think that was because I had the
Don't
spell.
stress it, Tom.
Possibly.
So
Yeah,
Don't stress
it's
about it.
fine.
we're going to come back to that next week.
Luke's gonna dump a wall of enemies on us anyway.
We're going to see where this leads us next time. This will be interesting.
Yeah. See, wall of enemies.
I mean, it's already there. It's literally in front of you guys. So, thank you very much for joining us. We have been Eat, Crit and Survive, and hopefully you've enjoyed what's going on. If you want to listen to previous adventures, listen to our podcast. At Eat, Crit, Survive is our Twitter, and check Facebook, etc., etc. Hopefully you'll be back next week. We'll be back. We'll be here next week.
Hopefully we will.
At least for a
New
little while.
campaign. Week after next.
Come and see us all die!
So, until then, survive until Friday. Good night, everyone.